That's all you did. You know somebody else has done that before? Hmm. Think about it. Did you already forget? Am I gonna have to start fucking? Oh shit! Giving history fucking exams to keep people caught up on their fucking history. Come on, you know. Fusion. There you go. There you go. Say it with me now. Fusion. Fusion did it first. So could be another alt of his he's running, or you know what I think? I think it might be Petey's, considering I'd say happened to be the person that fucking uncovered. Petey was into something sick. That fucker had a Reddit account. And you know it was his Reddit account because he's the only other motherfucker that'd be like, oh, you know, saying that stupid mom says hi, I keep her in the closet type shit. Well, he was on there and they were making posts on Reddit about me at the time, and I never fucked with the post. Well, they got a little sloppy. Fucking Petey left his damn Reddit profile up there, and I was doing some snooping and general overview of it. It listed all the fucking comments he had posted places that were public. And when you see one of them on a video that is labeled NSFW, taboo, like TABO, brother, and fucking, oh my god. And his comment is, why do all the best videos not have sound? I mean, I get it. Your fucking butt hurt. I get it. Like, I would be fucking forever embarrassed too if that happened to me. I mean, besides the implications of what that says about your psychological, sexual fucking mind and makeup, I mean, it's just nasty, fucked up. Oh my god. I swear to God, whoever invented it to be this fucking cold, I think I would really honestly rather be sweating my balls off than fucking be cold like this. Cause this shit, I hate it. Makes my fucking nose run. I've already got a sore throat. I'm gonna fucking have a goddamn cold by the end of the fucking day. I've already spoken into existence now. So, that was one more video. I ended up finishing it. Good fucking God Almighty. Bambi lost her shit yesterday. She completely blew a head gasket. She fucking blew a head gasket. Full stop. Fucking Ruski fucking tripped. She tripped. MC fucking tripped. I was like, well, look, at least one fucking time where I'm not fucking on there and MC's so fucking bored he goes to attack somebody else. That's actually rare. Ah, shit, bro. Fuck me, man. I should never have fucking. Ah! And that little fucking song of Moses's. Look, I ain't got no fucking love for Moses, but I will fucking give him credit on the fucking hog song. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Oh my god. I mean, that's just what he demonstrated very good there was the art of simplicity. He just took a couple lines and fucking kind of made it into one of them 7-Eleven type songs. And I mean, I could fucking for real be up in the living room decorating, decking the halls to that shit. I'd be in there hanging up holly and fucking putting out the candy canes. Shit, I used to have to do that shit every year. My grandmother. God, that shit sucked. I have to go up in the fucking attic and get all the damn Christmas decorations down every fucking year. Go through fucking boxes of brown recluse fucking nest. Like, yay, let me try to get fucking. Let me go ahead and play my odds against the fucking Russian roulette of brown recluses. It's not like I don't do it every fucking day I'm alive. That's how bad them sons of bitches are here. My granddad is fucking missing part of his fucking thigh muscle from fucking necrosis of being bit by one of them. Come on, Brownie. God, how can you still be out here? Aren't you fucking cold? I don't even have a vest on, dude. Come on. Get in here. Oh, shit. That's better. So, yeah, I don't know who that is, but nice try. I saw some other stuff, too. Although I can't really say I was too impressed by some of it. That guy. Excuse me. I better take some fucking Tylenol. So, that dude that shot that guy in New York, it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. This mother trucker, I think he created the first handgun in history that was single action with the semi-automatic style, but single action like a fucking bolt gun. Bro, he had to fucking cock that thing back. You know he did not test that shit out. Like, he didn't go to the range. He didn't, I mean, I imagine he probably didn't think he could or should take it to a range if he's going to commit a crime with it. But I mean, still go out. I mean, Like, you, he fucking had an obvious failure to feed or a jam. I'm surprised he got off that many shots. Fucking idiot. And y'all see that one woman standing right there to the side of him? You talk about, man, I guarantee she went home and fucking, if she was an atheist, she became a fucking Christian, amen, yesterday, I guarantee you. Because that was a blessing. You would think that he would have shot her. You know, bearing that close, she could possibly have seen his face, ID him. No, he just fucking worried about that guy. Left her right the fuck alone. All he would have had to do was change his fucking stance and point to the right. That's all. He wouldn't have had to really done nothing out of his way. Supposedly, while this guy seemed to not be a professional, he used a handgun stance. He used the Weaver stance, they said. I'm like, huh? He used a fucking Weaver stance. Like, how the fuck does somebody do that and then it don't make any sense?
That's right. In America, 15% off of our premium embroidered.
I hope they catch him. Well, I'll say this. The fact that it happened in New York, I think is, it's unfortunate, don't get me wrong, but I mean, seems gun control didn't fucking stop that problem. We're talking about a place where I think they even limit people's ammo over there. In other words, you ain't gonna have no 15-round clip. You're gonna get maybe 7 or 8. I guarantee he didn't worry about when he went to kill that dude. Did he worry about, is my silencer an NFA approved item? I wonder if these ammo is in the Geneva Conventions.
Don't bring in NBC News analyst.
Bro, we didn't give a shit. I don't know why fucking people think that criminals are supposed to care about the law when they commit crimes. It's like a disconnect. Like you're getting yourself confused. You're thinking of yourself when you should be thinking about somebody else.
Hoodie that I'm wearing right here, beautiful, lovely hoodie, and all of our designs. This is our Keep America tactical design here in Texas, but we have them in all of the states, and we have them in all the other designs that I have on shop.mrphilonowar.com, including drinkware, including hats.
Okay. Oh, wait.
That situation. If Thompson had been armed, he could have drawn his own gun, returned fire, and likely stopped the threat.
We've stopped it before the first shot is fired, and we're only going to show you this once. Some viewers may find it disturbing. It shows United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson wearing that blue jacket, walking into frame. The shooter appears behind him, draws his gun, pulls the trigger, shooting multiple times.
Surveillance images released by the NYPD showed a gunman getting away from the scene on an electric bicycle. This all unfolded shortly before 7.
I gotta tell you, now that's an insult right there. The fact that this guy gets away on an electric bicycle just pisses me off too.
Morning, the shooting scene is just blocks away from where we are at Rockefeller Plaza, which is hosting the Rockefeller tree lighting ceremony tonight. Police said the suspect was.
If he was on a bike, that would make me think electric bike. I guarantee he didn't really go too off road. It would seem like he would have followed a trail that, and they probably are scanning so many fucking cameras all around there to see if they can try to track where he went.
Now, you could beg the question, he got shot in his back and he got shot in his calf. So maybe not. But still, he's gun malfunctioned 4 or 5 times.
Gun actually jams?
I'm just saying. Carry a gun. At bare minimum, he would have got a couple of hits on the guy shooting at him, and we would have a lot more information than what we have right now.
This all starting at about 6:45 this morning. That's when law enforcement said that the shooter was essentially on the sidewalk.
That dude got up ready to fucking do that.
50 years old, CEO of the largest private insurer in the country, at least the insurance arm of the company. And
that used to be my insurance.
Sort of unsettling about this video, among other things, is the fact that you will see the shooter walk up, right?
I might fucking switch back to him now. I feel bad.
In the corner, you can see earlier in the shot.
I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious. Like, I'm serious. It's just,
and clearly,
they wasn't a bad company. I didn't think.
Shoots him in the back, and there's a woman wondering if she's going to be shot, and then she kind of staggers away and then runs away. He had no intention of killing her.
She has met the Lord Jesus Christ.
And here's something else that stands out. This happened in New
Fucking
York.
Jesus literally shielded her.
Yet somehow this guy managed to get his hands on one. I'm not saying that to call for more laws. I'm saying it to point out how useless these existing laws are. This is this type of situation that proves criminals will find a way to get whatever they want. Gun-free zones didn't stop him. Suppressor bans didn't stop him. He still managed to pull this off, and no law was going to stop that. What's wild is that this guy didn't even know his suppressor and ammo wouldn't work with his gun. He turned it into what was basically a one-shot bolt-action handgun. If he had actually tested this setup beforehand, he would have known it wasn't going to run. And yet, despite all of that, he still managed to rack that slide and fire multiple times before taking off on a city bike in New York City in broad daylight. Or broad
night.
Whatever you
night, early,
of course, this also happened in the middle of Midtown Manhattan. It's a busy holiday season, security everywhere. We have the tree lighting tonight here at Rockefeller Plaza. What are officials doing to keep us safe?
They say that the entire area is saturated with detectives, counterterrorism police officers.
Hope everyone's doing okay.
There's plenty of protection and eyes out on everything, and they don't seem to be alarmed at all.
How is this even possible in a city with some of the strictest gun laws in the country, with the most police officers walking the street in the country? And where was the protection for this guy? This man was the CEO of a massive corporation.
I can't believe he didn't have a bodyguard.
And he had no armed security with him? How does that make sense? The fact that he was left vulnerable like this blows my mind. But it also highlights something very crucial. No matter how much money you have, no matter how many police are around, if someone decides to target you, they can get to you. Maybe this guy thought he couldn't be touched, but he got touched 4 or 5 times, well, actually twice. But let's talk about what's going to happen next, because I can already see it coming. New York is going to use this incident to push for even more restrictions on suppressors. I know the anti-gun lobby is probably going to do the same. Probably on the federal level, too, they'll try to push it. They'll claim suppressors are too dangerous and that no one was able to hear the shot and come to the guy's rescue and some nonsense like that. And try to use this as proof as to why we need to crack down even harder with more gun control laws. It's predictable at this point. Never mind the fact that the suppressor didn't even work properly. Well, it kind of did, but the gun didn't work properly. You get the point. The narrative is all that matters to them. And can we talk about the timing here? Right when we're finally in a position to get suppressors taken off of the NFA, this happens. A high-profile crime with a suppressor in one of the most anti-gun states in the country. I'm not usually a conspiracy theory guy, but even I'm breaking out my tinfoil hat on this one. The timing is just way too damn convenient. And let's not ignore the fact that this is clearly a hit. The only question is why?
Right, when fucking Republicans are about to take control of the House and the Senate.
Something deeper. Either way, the sheer sloppiness of the execution, pun intended, is baffling. The shooter didn't even bother to test his setup beforehand, yet he still got away, biking off like he just finished a casual errand. That says a lot.
I wonder who he voted. Whoever this person voted for, I guarantee. I bet you they didn't vote for Trump.
People want to tell us that we protect ourselves. So here's the bottom line. Gun control doesn't work. Laws don't stop criminals, and the government isn't going to be there to protect you when it counts. If Brian Thompson had been armed, this could have probably ended differently. That's what the Second Amendment is about, protecting yourself when no one else can or will. So let me know what you guys think. Is this some big type of conspiracy, or do you think this is just some rogue insurance premium anger type?
I don't know.
Let's go out to New York City, our sister station out there in New York. Meredith Gorman standing by for us. So, Meredith, we just talked about this NYPD just holding this news conference. They did have a decent amount of information. So, can you bring us up to speed?
Fox News alert.
Oh, let me show y'all. Let me just show y'all why it's important and why anybody can make a mistake, because this literally made me squirm watching it earlier.
Number one is that jamming and why a gun might have jammed 3 times and needed to be hit like that. And two, I thought it was a silencer, and you've disabused me of that. What difference is a silencer and a suppressor? And would that have been none of us could hear all that?
A silencer is just the civilian word for suppressor. That's what they call it in the movies, but technically it's a suppressor because it changes the sound. It doesn't make it silent.
So what about the jamming? And we'll run some of the video again.
So we don't really know.
That shows him hitting.
I'm not sure that the gun is actually.
He stops right here.
So much.
All right. So, well, he definitely pulled the gun back.
Just failure to feed.
And he looks like he cocked it again and shot.
So they're different.
He goes down again. He cocks it again.
What Scott was showing was called a stovetop.
He had to mess with that a couple times. He didn't just cock that one time. He messed with that once or twice, and then here he's pointing again.
Yeah, but essentially, in order for
like he shot again, and now he's moving on. I cannot. What an idiot!
Ear to here, which is where it fires. So normally the bullet is sitting right here.
Now watch this guy handling this gun with live ammunition.
When the gun goes off, as the bullet goes out the front, the casing exerts force against the back, and that cycles the gun. So in proper cycling, it goes all the way back and then comes forward. And then when it comes back again, it ejects around and then it comes forward. But if you're using...
That fucking gun is hot right now.
Subsonic ammo, which is ammo...
And look at where his fucking finger is. That... get your thumb out of there.
The velocity of...
Get your finger out of there. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Less than 1,100 feet per second, because you want it to be very quiet.
And he does it again! He does it again!
Sometimes it's underpowered, and so the slide will come back a little bit, but not far enough to eject that casing, and not far enough to load the next round. It'll go back partly, and because...
I still cannot believe the fact that neither one of them two said, I really wish you'd get your finger away. That was dumb. I don't give a damn at the end where people are going to say, well, he had his hand over the top of the barrel. That barrel wasn't going to fire. Fuck that. Like, you don't do that. He put his thumb in front of the trigger.
Now you just have a spent case
with fucking live ammo. That thing is loaded.
In there, you would
this is fucking how people like Darky and others. This is how guns get shot.
Manually have to throw that spent casing out in order to get the next one in. So he could be having that short cycling because of a lack of powder and the subsonic ammo, or if you saw in his stance, which was
or maybe he was using he's probably using hollow points, and it didn't feed hollow points that good, whatever grain that he had, and maybe it also was a nickel plated or something, and it didn't work good with it and had a failure to feed.
First Weaver stance, where he had his shooting foot forward. Typically, you would have your shooting foot back. He's got his feet. Yeah, there you go. So he's got a proper footwork there, but you look, his left leg is up on its side. So I'm right on there with Scott. You would have optimal positioning if you were a professional, not alternating your feet forward and backwards between your shots. And you would have tested this gun to make sure that it cycles properly with the ammo. It seems like he anticipated that the gun might not cycle, so he may have practiced with that subsonic ammo. And I also agree with Scott on the distance issue. That's a lot of distance unnecessarily placed between himself and the subject.
Okay, I got two more questions.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't want to get up and close to the guy.
Two more questions and not enough time. So first one goes to you, Steve, and that is that when he's popping out the ejected casings, they're still scattered on the sidewalk and 3 live rounds. Can you explain that? And
That was another dumb thing that says, like, I don't give a damn if he somewhat had, like, he just happened to read a book, I guess, sometime, and he learned how to stand in a Weaver stance. But he ain't no expert, because who the fuck drops damn shell casings and shit? Most people, like, that's why you see some gangs and stuff will literally take I swear to God, they've taken a grocery bag, plastic bag, and wraps it around a gun real quick. And they might take that gun to stick somebody up, whatever, say they have to shoot it. Well, each one of those casings are going to go into that bag. I know you're going to say, it would melt through the bag. Sometimes I guess they double bag it, but they would do that shit.
how that could be really beneficial to the investigators?
Well, the gun can leave marks on the casings, and then those can help track that to the gun. It leaves marks on the casings, and the firing pin also leaves a mark on the primer, which is also unique to each gun. So those things could be used to help trace the gun if they locate it. The other thing that can inhibit the cycling of the gun is that if you don't hold the gun firmly, and so typically you would want this arm straight so that you're able to keep the gun frame in place so that the slide can go all the way back. But you'll see in that video, he's got his shooting arm cocked and his support arm straight, which is also backwards. And that will also lead to a short cycling of the gun.
Not a super pro. Okay, just a couple seconds left. But Scott, the way he exited, he walked quietly. He was never nervous. He wasn't jumpy. He did his shooting. He walked right up to the victim, shot again, sauntered off quietly into the streets of Manhattan. What does that tell you, and what does that do for cops who are investigating?
That looks to me like it's an adrenaline dump he's had, because he's building up to this. He's been waiting for it. He's been in the coffee shop. He's been staying around. No telling how long he's been waiting. So he does the shooting, and when he's finished, all that anger and everything up that he's got locked inside is sort of released. And that adrenaline, after that big dump of adrenaline, then he starts to relax, but he's just angry as he leaves. That's why we see that waddle as he's going away. Because you'll notice he walks almost normally at the top. He doesn't walk the gait of a military person or a police officer. But then he gets that waddle as he's paying attention to the gun because he's trying to keep his balance. He's not used to doing things like this. He's not a proficient gun handler. So I think that's an adrenaline dump. And after that, you're sort of worn out. And with all the anger and all that, I think that's what we're seeing him experience there. That's why the slow walk.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget
I mean, that's just insane.
below.
I'm joined now by Michael Alcazar. He is a retired NYPD detective and now a professor of public cameras. I get it, the private camera.
It's definitely a possibility. Recognition, we can definitely identify it, even if it's a partial, of the face. So that's definitely a possibility.
So, John, you brought up something really interesting to one of our producers, and that was that police won't just be looking at the cameras that are trained on wherever he was this morning. They'll be looking at that same location past days and past weeks for scouting. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so this is clearly this is a targeted attack of violence. And so in past public figure attacks, just looking at it in its history, this person, this didn't come out of thin air. So this is a planned event. So he didn't just show up this morning at 6:46 or whatever time that was. Assassins, and this is what this person is, they do advanced work. They have an advanced plan of escape. So my sense would be, my experience tells me that he had done his homework and he was there before, right? And he knew his escape route, where he was going to go, where he was going to put the bike, get to the bike and take that route into Central Park. And from there, we don't know yet. But my feeling is that he had done advanced planning and advanced practicing. That was part of his attack cycle. It was to get out of that and go in that direction. So
Yeah, you know what?
I think he
maybe back on the tape. He might not be wearing
back in these cameras.
He might not be wearing the face covering, right? Like that's what's fascinating. If you go back days to see if he's done the scouting that you are most assuredly, assuming that he has done, and I don't doubt that. You don't do this without scouting. Maybe he won't have the face covering on. Michael, talk to me about the bulging backpack. Because
if he was dumb, he would. Now, if he's smart, he would have kept it on all the time.
It was full to the brim. What does that tell you?
Yeah, maybe part of his planning was like to dip into the park, and then maybe he potentially he had to change of clothes. Maybe somebody was meeting him in the park to help him,
I
get
bet
away.
he is not.
So
I put money he isn't in New York. How much y'all want to bet? This motherfucker left New York pretty quick.
Oh, the clothing is important because, as you mentioned, it's expensive. He looks like he's wearing expensive gear. I don't think he bought it just for this assassination. I think this is what he normally wears. And now that we broadcasted his image everywhere, we have Crime Stoppers working and tips are coming in. Somebody's going to recognize him. Somebody's going to recognize his gait, like your other guest mentioned before, his clothing. So that's going to be important clues.
Yeah, and somebody pointed out that this backpack is a $300 backpack. John, does that tell you that this is a rich guy? Does it tell you it's a hitman? Does it tell you it's a disgruntled employee? Does it tell you it's another executive who maybe doesn't want to be named in the investigations that they're under, which I'll get into in a little bit in the show?
Yeah, I think what the backpack tells me, the color of it is distinctive. It is obviously expensive. He's wearing a black jacket and hoodie, but the combination of the two different colors makes it easier looking at camera images.
Yeah, I had a backpack that looked very similar like that. It was an HP.
Is to identify a person in two-tone. So again, I agree with your past guest, not a professional, but certainly somebody that I think NYPD, as they're sifting through the thousands of camera views, that's somebody, that's a baseline change in imaging. And I think that's definitely a mistake that he made in the two-tone colors with the jacket and the backpack there.
Thanks for watching. Go to join NN.
Yeah, no kidding. That literally makes him stick out like a sore thumb. I just now thought about that. Shit. Oh, looks like they found him.
This is breaking news.
They got his face.
Eyewitness News.
And we continue to follow breaking news on the fatal shooting of the CEO of United Healthcare. Police appear to be closing in on the shooter's identity.
Just minutes ago, the NYPD releasing new photos of the suspect, the clearest photos yet of his face. Police hoping that someone will recognize him.
Those photos taken at a hostel on the Upper West Side where police are executing a search warrant.
And that hostel is just over 3 miles away from the Midtown Hilton where Brian Thompson was shot and killed.
Police also
I doubt he's there.
found at the scene were engraved with the words depose, deny, defend.
Those words bear a striking resemblance to a 2010 book called Delay, Deny, Defend: Why Insurance Companies Don't Pay Claims and What You Can Do About It.
All of this new evidence factoring into the police investigation as they work to find the killer. Eyewitnesses report Kimberly Richardson live on the Upper
You know
West
what
Side.
they're gonna
Police
happen?
are combing through that
Son of a gun.
Kimberly.
This dude's gonna try to be a martyr.
And Mayor Eric Adams saying the pieces of this puzzle
He's
are
gonna
coming
be a
together, and
freaking
that is
martyr.
absolutely
Oh shit!
the case. Yes, that
Keep.
big involving this hostel, where at this hour detectives are inside. They believe the government is staying, sharing a room with two.
I just built that up.
They were rubbing elbows with the madman. A possible base of operation. Authorities believe this youth hostel on the Upper West Side may have been where the alleged gunman was staying. A wanted poster is right outside the building on Amsterdam Avenue, featuring the suspect now at the center of a manhunt. Wednesday morning, the gunman ambushed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Video shows the suspect calmly walking up to the 50-year-old outside of the Hilton in Midtown and opening fire. Mayor Eric Adams today saying pieces of this puzzle are coming together.
We are on the right pathway, and we don't want to do anything that's going to not only impede the investigation, but hurt the prosecution of the person involved. But we feel that we're moving at a steady pace, and we're going to have someone apprehended.
Seen here in this new video, the suspect riding an e-bike on West 85th Street, not far from that hospital at the corner of 104th Street. It sits right next to a NYCHA complex where police say the suspect was spotted before the murder heading into Central Park. He is then seen inside a Starbucks at 56th and 6th. In a trash outside, detectives found a water bottle and 2 Power Bar wrappers, which are being analyzed to see if there is any of the suspect's trace DNA. Investigators are confident the hit was targeted. Thompson was shot twice in his back and leg. What was left behind may prove to be key pieces of evidence: 3 live rounds from a 9mm gun. On the shell casings, 3 ominous words: deny, defend, and depose, a possible message to his target. Several people witnessed the violence unfold at about 6:45 Wednesday morning. Livery drivers. This man didn't want to show his face, calling the shooting cold-blooded.
I hear like pop, pop, pop. You know, just like it's actually not loud.
As Thompson was dying on the sidewalk, the suspect walked away, hopped on that e-bike, and headed into Central Park. At this point, getting away with murder.
The image of the guy is still, I mean, like, of course, the victim, I mean, is still, you know, I can see the whole thing. So, like, it is so sad. It's so sad to see such things.
And that picture in the story you just saw is the first time that we are seeing this suspect with his face uncovered. Detectives are taking that photo and they're walking it, showing it to other hostels here in the area to see if anybody recognizes him. We will bring you any and all developments here and, of course, on ABC 7 NY. For now, we're live on the Upper West Side. Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Kimberly, thank you. And this investigation is now a little more than 24 hours in. And to shed some light on how the NYPD and other law enforcement may be proceeding, we want to bring in retired FBI agent and ABC News contributor Richard Frankel. Richard, thanks so much for joining us. I'd imagine that these new photos where you can see the suspect's face will really give a big boost to the investigators.
Oh, yes. I mean, they've already put it out, you know, through all the news. Listen, they're probably using AI to try to help track that down. I'm sure they've sent that picture to Minnesota to see if there's any connection back there, you know, through their DMV or through other mechanisms. So that picture alone should start really bringing in some new leads for this case.
Rich, I want to get your thoughts on the fact that they found on those shell casings written words on, somebody took that effort to engrave the words delay, deny, defend, and of course, this is a throwback to a book that came out about how some of the healthcare companies don't pay claims. What do you make of when you see something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that goes directly to what we believe now could be the motive. You know, you're still going to follow all the leads and make sure that there are no other reasons that this could have happened, but really that's going to be the directive, the direction of the leads and the motive going forward. Who was denied coverage? Was it the shooter himself? Was it a family member? Is it just a belief pattern that he has? Are we going to find online or somewhere, his treatise on what this book talks about and his belief patterns? So they're going to be looking at everything now connected to those 3 words.
And another piece of evidence that was left behind, and we're not sure if it was on purpose or by accident, was a cell phone that may have belonged to the shooter. What more do we know about that phone?
Yeah, right now we understand that the NYPD, working, I believe, with federal law enforcement, has gotten a search warrant for the phone, so that they're going to be able to work with the provider, hopefully, break into the phone and get the information off there. Even if it's a burner phone, even if the person only used it for this event, you're going to be able to get quite a bit of information off that, where the phone went, where did it ping, were there any phone calls to any other locations, did he do any searches? The phone could provide a host of other information that will also aid in addition to the photo of the shooter.
Just remarkable to me that someone that would go to the efforts of covering their tracks to escape would then somehow drop, forget, or lose a phone, which would be a trove of evidence, obviously, to anybody. Richard, we got to go right now, but retired FBI agent, ABC News contributor Richard Frankel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
That's a freaking L for sure. How in the hell? That dude ain't lying. How are you gonna freaking leave your phone behind? It's like he said, hey, come find me.
This woman will spend the rest of her life in prison for leaving her boyfriend to die in a zipped-up suitcase. Sarah Boone learned her fate in an Orange County courthouse this afternoon, and as West 2's Justin Shecker reports, Boone took the stand to give a lengthy statement before that sentencing.
This murder case went through many delays in the 4 years since Sarah Boone's boyfriend suffocated to death after she left him trapped in the suitcase. She went through several attorneys before settling on the one who defended her at trial and pleaded for a lesser sentence. After hearing from members of George Torres Jr.'s family and Sarah Boone herself, the judge handed down that life in prison sentence.
Court pronounces sentence as follows. Ms. Boone, court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections.
Sarah Boone showed no reaction in court as she learned her punishment Monday afternoon. An Orange County jury in October found her guilty of second-degree murder for leaving her boyfriend to die in a zipped suitcase in February 2020. During the sentencing hearing, George Torres Jr.'s...
Sorry, I was muted. Stop showing that video. It's crazy they won't show a gun or something, but they don't mind showing that guy dying legit.
Mother and sister were in the courtroom to deliver emotional victim impact statements.
Sometimes when I look out the window, I'm waiting for him to come and say, Mom, I love you. Such a simple thing as using a suitcase. It's so triggering. I try not to close it all the way.
Boone came prepared with a lengthy statement of her own to read in court. She revisited the domestic violence in her relationship with Torres Jr., saying she forgave him and his family before she asked for forgiveness.
I don't know what else it is that I can say and convey to the Torres family how this happened. The ifs and whys and how really don't matter. It happened, and I'm sorry.
During the trial, Boone testified she thought it was funny when her boyfriend got into the suitcase while drinking and playing hide and seek. But then she became fearful Torres Jr. would hurt her if he got out. While her defense attorney presented a battered spouse syndrome defense, the jury returned the guilty verdict after about 90 minutes of deliberations. Responding to Boone's remarks at sentencing, the prosecutor told the judge she showed no remorse and deserved the maximum sentence.
She recounted the litany of evil deeds and mistreatments that he perpetrated upon her. She's the victim of George Torres' family. She's the victim of the police. She's the victim of social media. It's all about Sarah Boone.
Before trial, Sarah Boone rejected a plea deal that would have sent her to prison for only 15 years. She now has 30 days to appeal the life in prison sentence. Outside the Orange County Courthouse, I'm Justin Schecker, WESH 2 News.
The body of 6-year-old child beauty queen JonBenét Ramsey was found in the basement of her family's home on the day after Christmas in 1996. The notorious crime has never been solved, but investigators have spent the last 3 decades delving further into the Ramsey family for possible leads. Their work has brought to light strange facts and connections that make the tragic case of JonBenét all the more mysterious. So, today we're uncovering some little-known facts about JonBenét Ramsey's family. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. After that, leave a comment and let us know what other true crime topics you would like to hear about. Okay, time to reopen this cold case. JonBenét Ramsey was slain in her home in Boulder, Colorado, sometime between December 25th and December 26th, 1996. Apart from some inconclusive trace DNA and a bizarre ransom note, there was very little evidence for police to go on. So the Ramsey family themselves immediately drew the attention of both investigators and the media. JonBenét's immediate family included her father, John Ramsey, her mother, Patsy Ramsey, and her 9-year-old brother, Burke Ramsey. Also in the picture was her older stepbrother, John Andrew Ramsey, who was John's son from a previous marriage. And at one point or another, all of them were under suspicion. And rumors of a family member's potential involvement are swirling in the court of public opinion to this day. Four years prior to JonBenét's murder, her father, John, lost another young daughter, Elizabeth Pash Ramsey. Elizabeth was one of John's children from his first marriage to Lucinda Pash, and she worked as a flight attendant for Delta Airlines before she died at the age of 22 in a car accident in January 1992. By all accounts, it was simply a freak accident. Her boyfriend lost control of his car in a rainstorm, and their vehicle was hit by a truck. But after JonBenét's death, investigators pulled Elizabeth's autopsy report on the off chance there was any link to her death and JonBenét's. There wasn't, but because of the case's shocking nature and the lack of any official suspects, some speculation still exists. Nearly 20 years before JonBenét's murder, her mother, Patsy Ramsey, was crowned Miss West Virginia in a 1977 beauty pageant. Patsy grew up in the pageant circuit, and what was a way of life for her soon became fodder for criticism during the murder investigation of her daughter. Critics and investigators alike implied that JonBenét Ramsey never really wanted to do pageants, and that Patsy was just trying to live vicariously through her daughter, pressuring JonBenét and fostering a negatively competitive environment. There has been no evidence of this, or of anything that directly links Patsy to the crime, but the pageant mom characterization cast Patsy in a negative light and led to speculations of abuse. John Ramsey stated multiple times the beauty pageants in which JonBenét participated were just a way for her and Patsy to bond. But in retrospect, he admitted he wished they'd never entered their child in them. Allegedly, Patsy Ramsey saw the pageants as the center of JonBenét's young life. Although the media characterized JonBenét as a toddler beauty queen, and virtually every single public image of JonBenét is a pageant photo, she only ever participated in 9 pageants. In fact, many who knew JonBenét, including her parents, referred to her as a tomboy at heart. Investigators from The Independent would later draw attention to how involved the Ramseys were in their daughter's career and would rightfully question whether it is appropriate or even safe for young children to participate in beauty pageants. This was a viewpoint shared by many, and it continued to paint a sinister picture of the Ramseys in the public eye. JonBenét's older brother Burke, who was 9 years old at the time of her death, doesn't seem like an obvious suspect. However, he drew suspicion from investigators after they learned of some of his troubling behavior. For example, Burke had a scatological obsession and would smear his feces throughout the house. Crime scene evidence found his feces smeared on a box of candy he gave JonBenét for Christmas. The family housekeeper recalled Burke covering a bathroom wall with his excrement, and during the murder investigation, she recounted finding fecal matter the size of a grapefruit in JonBenét's bed, which she believed had been left there by Burke. According to a report in Vanity Fair, fingerprints found at the scene indicate that on the night of the murder, Burke made himself a snack of pineapple with milk and tea. Theoretically, JonBenet may have stolen a piece of the fruit because it was her favorite dessert, and that minor offense may have been the catalyst for the grisly events that followed. However, this is just speculation. John Andrew Ramsey was an older son from John Ramsey's first marriage, and he played an unexpected role in the murder investigation. Police found John Andrew's suitcase near the crime scene, which was strange because it was not where the Ramseys typically kept their luggage. Even more strange was the suitcase's contents, which included a blanket with John Andrew's semen on it. Given that JonBenet's body showed signs of assault, John Andrew was briefly considered a suspect, but he was ultimately cleared of having any involvement with the murder. But what about the suitcase's unusual location? Investigators later theorized that the suspect tried to put JonBenet's body in it, but for whatever reason decided to leave her behind. Absolutely everyone had a theory about who killed JonBenet, including her aunt, Pamela Paugh, who was the younger sister of Patsy Ramsey, as well as a fellow beauty queen. Paugh, for her part, felt certain the murderer was someone JonBenet knew and trusted since there was no sign of struggle in her room. That would seem to include her whole family. But Paugh, nonetheless, theorized the murderer must have been a family friend, jealous over John Ramsey's wealth. And some passages from the ransom note seem to indicate that the killer may have been a co-worker of John Ramsey's, although the authenticity of the note has never been established. In fact, several people involved with the case, including investigators and prosecutors, believe the note was actually written by Patsy in an attempt to cover up the crime. Patsy Ramsey never fully escaped the suspicion that followed her after her daughter's murder, but she did do her best to start fresh in the subsequent years. For instance, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1993, just a few years before JonBenet's death. After chemotherapy, Patsy's cancer went into remission, and she lived a healthy life for nearly a decade until it came back in the early 2000s. When the Ramseys moved to Georgia following the crime, Patsy became deeply involved with the local community and regularly corresponded with cancer patients, even while her own cancer was in remission. And when that cancer returned, Patsy still reportedly tried to lift the spirits of fellow patients. John and Patsy eventually moved to Charlevoix, Michigan, a place they vacationed before and after JonBenet's murder. Patsy again became an active member of the community there until her cancer returned a final time, and she passed away in 2006. In a 2012 interview, John Ramsey told CBS that he felt Patsy wasn't an overbearing mother and that the media's poor portrayal of her had been an unfair angle. He said, "Patsy had just come out of cancer treatments. I think deep down she didn't know how long she had to live and how much time she had to spend with her child, so she tried to pack a lot into a day." Unlike his parents, Burke Ramsey managed to stay out of the public eye during much of the murder investigation and its aftermath. In 2016, he made some public appearances where he admitted to purposely trying to stay out of the spotlight. As of 2018, Burke was a software engineer who reportedly worked from home. Burke may have liked to put feces in his sister's bed, but it seems he did love her, or at least he says he did. In a 2016 interview commemorating the 20th anniversary of JonBenet's murder, he even claimed that he continued to talk to his sister for years after her death. Burke also said that he believed Patsy and JonBenet were reunited in heaven, and that both were watching over him. He even noted that when he was in school, he occasionally asked JonBenet for help on tests, and often wished the two of them could be together. Burke's incredibly private life may account for his odd behavior in rare interviews. After a 2016 interview with Dr. Phil McGraw, for example, McGraw had to assure the media that Burke was extremely nervous on camera, which is why he kept smiling when talking about his sister's murder. In December of 2016, Burke Ramsey filed a $750 million lawsuit against CBS over statements made in the documentary The Case of JonBenet Ramsey. Burke felt the documentary falsely led viewers to believe he accidentally killed his sister. He was so angry about it, he even filed another $150 million suit against one of the pathologists who appeared in the documentary, stating his adamant belief that Burke was JonBenet's killer. CBS, for their part, argued that cold case shows often point the finger at different people, which they maintained is not the same as formally accusing someone of murder. However, the network's motion to dismiss was denied in 2018, and the suit was later settled to the satisfaction of all parties. In 2005, 18-year-old Natalie Holloway made headlines when she disappeared during a trip to Aruba. A few years after Holloway's disappearance, and shortly after Patsy Ramsey's death, Natalie's mother, Beth Holloway Twitty, met John Ramsey through mutual friends. Throughout the following year, Twitty and Ramsey were seen multiple times together. And according to a 2007 report in People magazine, the two have been seen holding hands and kissing in her hometown, as well as attending art shows and eating in restaurants together. The relationship was short-lived.
A Texas anesthesiologist who tampered with IV bags, injecting them with dangerous drugs, and eventually killing someone was just sentenced to 190 years in prison. We're going to update you on the case of Reynaldo Ortiz Jr., whose crimes were caught on camera. And we're going to break it down with Palm Beach County State Attorney Dave Arenberg. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. Jesse Weber. A federal jury convicted an anesthesiologist known as Reynaldo Ortiz Jr. out in Dallas, and he will now spend many lifetimes in prison after he intentionally poisoned IV bags that were about to be used in surgeries. I know the main question. What are you talking about? Why would he ever do this? You want to know why? Because apparently he was mad about a mistake that he made in one of his own surgeries and potentially was in fear that he was going to lose his medical license. I'm going to explain it. And by the way, his misdeeds, how did they come to light? This is what makes this case absolutely heartbreaking. This is a story, by the way, that we focused on a previous sidebar, but we're revisiting it now because we have these new developments. So to talk more about this as we go through it, I have with me right now Dave Arenberg. He is the state attorney for Palm Beach County, Florida. My good friend, good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for coming on.
Great to be back with you, Jesse.
This is a really disturbing one. Have you seen criminal cases related to, it's not medical malpractice, it's worse than that, but this kind of intentional wrongdoing in a medical facility? Have you covered cases like this?
You know, I've seen some other cases that are similar where you have someone who ends up killing people.
Good Lord. I hope, God, imagine that. Being one of the people coming through that hospital that day.
And they do it for nefarious motivations. I've never seen it, though, for this kind of motivation where it's like, what? Because you're worried about losing your license? It doesn't make sense. And even though prosecutors do not have to prove motive in these cases, the jurors always want to know the why.
Yeah, and I want to get into the backstory here because this is what elevates us to a different level. So I'm going to take you step by step through how investigators were able to connect the dots here. We go back to 2022. Several patients at a surgery center in Dallas started having these cardiac emergencies, seemingly out of nowhere. And it was during pretty routine surgeries. Multiple people had to be rushed out of the Surgicare North Dallas facility, and then they were taken to trauma hospitals for treatment. So about a month after what were these strange incidents, they started happening, this anesthesiologist named Dr. Melanie Casper wanted to treat herself for dehydration after a shift at the facility. So she takes an IV bag home, and it was supposed to just have, saline in it. But after she used it, the 55-year-old died at home in front of her husband, who said that she was just writhing on the floor in pain. Then, August 2022, an 18-year-old who was just...
Damn. So he set one of them up. He set one of them up and somebody fucking took it home, was like, hey, I'm dehydrated. Care if I take a... And they fucking said, sure, go ahead. And she takes an IV bag home and uses it. Fuck that.
Having born 5-year-old died, saline in it. But after she used it, the 55-year-old died at home in front of her husband, who said that she was just writhing on the floor in pain. Then, August 2022, an 18-year-old who was just having a routine sinus surgery, when all of a sudden he had to be rushed to the intensive care unit. Doctors, they started to get suspicious that something was wrong with the IV. So a lab analyzed the fluid from the bag that was used during the 18-year-old's procedure. And they found multiple drugs that had no business being in there, including epinephrine, lidocaine, as well as this nerve-blocking agent. And according to experts, that mixture could have caused the boy's reaction. And the lab also documented a puncture in the bag as well. So in all, an investigation uncovered that 11 patients had major and potentially devastating reactions during surgery because of these tainted IV bags. Now, Dave, before I get into the evidence about linking up to Reynaldo, that is just next level.
Next level indeed. And the stories are just horrific. Even the ones who survived, like that 18-year-old, I mean, his parents were told that he has a 50-50 chance of surviving, of living. Imagine you go in for some minor surgery and then you're about to die from it, and people are wondering why. Well, because this guy kept doing it over and over again is finally why he got caught, or else perhaps he would never have gotten caught.
And you think about the motivation, it would be to make the hospital look bad, right? That's what it is, the facility, to make the facility look bad. I'm angry at them. Well, look what's happening. All these people I'm going to purposely poison and, say it's the hospital's fault.
What kind of a cold, callous individual would do this? In fact, he was there on camera as these individuals were wheeled out, like fighting for life. He's just sitting there still filling up his IV bags. I mean, it really does sound like true evil.
So there's this investigation. It rolled out in September of 2022. The Texas Medical Board was notified. They held an emergency meeting and they suspended Ortiz's medical license. And as part of that investigation, as Dave just said, there's this damning surveillance video that was uncovered. In one of the videos, Ortiz can be seen taking IV bags from this warming bin and then replacing them right after. And those bags were then carried into operating rooms, and the patients the IV saline was given to, they suffered these sudden cardiac emergencies. You have another video where Ortiz is seen taking these sudden.
Look at his little sneaky ass trying to take. He thinks he's slick.
Cardiac emergencies.
You
have another video where Ortiz is seen taking a vial out of a cabinet and an IV bag out of the warmer. And another one, Ortiz walks down the hall, opens the warmer, looks inside, shuts it again, possibly checking to see if the ones he tampered were still in there. There are videos that also show Ortiz mixing up vials of medication and even watching his victims, as Dave.
That was probably the shit he was fucking putting in the bags.
Was wheeled out of the operating room by emergency responders. He has to know what he did and exactly what Ortiz is doing. It can't always be seen on the cameras, but prosecutors were able to draw pretty strong inferences from what those cameras did capture.
Yeah, because he could argue that it was medicine for a patient.
Right?
People lie, but video does not. And that video was very powerful. They got him. And perhaps that's why he decided not to really contest the charges too much. He knew he was guilty. But it doesn't give you any comfort if you're the family members of the people who died so unnecessarily, or who was clinging to life unnecessarily because of a guy who had his own personal agenda.
I'm going to get into his defenses. We'll talk about his defenses at trial. But according to prosecutors, they say that he was upset over disciplinary action taken against him at Surgicare North Dallas because of a mistake he made in one of his own surgeries.
Who fucking who?
Of his colleagues as well. So again, just a completely, if that's what it is, completely random motive, and you're just hurting innocent people in the way. It's sickening to think about. Now, during the trial, the jury saw those surveillance videos. They heard testimony from patients and fellow doctors. They listened to experts explain why it would never be necessary for an anesthesiologist to be handling medicines and IV bags the way Ortiz did. Now, the defense, what did they do? They tried to say that Ortiz was a scapegoat, that the hospital didn't really do a thorough investigation, and they just decided to blame him instead, essentially saying it could have been doctors' mistakes for what happened to all these people. And they also had a medical expert who testified that the patients could have had other conditions that caused them to go into cardiac arrest. And possibly, I will say, one of the best defenses that Ortiz had was that the only fingerprint that was found on an IV bag wasn't his. And despite that, after 8 days of trial in federal court, Ortiz was found guilty. A jury convicted.
How in the fucking hell did he not leave any fingerprints on any of them bags? Would he fucking wipe every one of them?
4 counts of tampering with consumer.
I bet you when he put them back in that little fridge thing or whatever, maybe that got rid of it. Maybe somehow that causes the fingerprint. I don't know.
Resulting in serious bodily injury, 1 count of tampering with a consumer product, and 5 counts of intentional adulteration of a drug. Those defenses didn't work, Dave. Why?
The video speaks volumes. They showed he was the one who was tampering with the bags. No one else had the means, the motives, and opportunity. There was puncture wounds, marks in the bags. So this all pointed to one person. It was his responsibility, after all, to deal with the bags, to handle the bags. And this poor doctor at the end who was dehydrated and took one of his bags and then went home and died shortly thereafter. Well, who else could we blame for that? These were his bags, unless someone was trying to sabotage him to sabotage the hospital. I don't get it.
The idea of the fingerprint, though, that they only found one fingerprint on the bag and it wasn't his, that wasn't significant. And I get, look, they also couple with the idea of these people might have had people are going in for surgeries. You know, there's always complications with surgeries. There might have been other reasons for why they died. But I think at the end of the day, as if I were to tell you that an anesthesiologist was poisoning multiple people, you say that seems like an unbelievable story. But if the prosecution's able to prove that story, that is significant, even despite what the defense was trying to do, raise some reasonable doubt.
Yeah, and the lack of fingerprints does not mean that he didn't do it.
Well, on November 20th, Ortiz was sentenced officially to 190 years in prison. That is the maximum there.
Good God. 109, bruh. That's two 90-year-old lives and another 10 years. So when he fucking dies and reincarnates, his fucking he's gonna go to jail. That motherfucker goes straight to prison.
And during his sentencing hearing, victims and their family members, they were given the opportunity to speak. The son of one victim told the court that his 10-year-old son no longer trusts doctors because, quote, a doctor tried to kill Pops. Dr. John Casper, this is the husband of the doctor who died after treating her dehydration with one of those tainted bags, told the court that the image of his wife's lifeless eyes would never leave him. And despite the judge saying that what happened to the victim was tantamount to attempted murder, I should tell you, Ortiz has not been charged in Dr. Casper's death directly. So, Dave, a couple of things there. Why is that?
That's kind of an insult.
Why wasn't he charged with murder?
You don't need to, because he's got 180, 190 years in prison. So you don't need to. It's harder. It's a much higher burden. There is the issue of does she have other medical conditions? So the prosecutors probably thought, we got this low-hanging fruit. He tampered with the materials here. He violated Hippocratic oath. We don't need to prove that he murdered her.
Because I don't think he even knew that she was going to grab the bag.
Exactly. So this was, he was tampering with these bags, and then she grabbed it because she was dehydrated. So to prove intentional murder here is way too difficult for prosecutors who didn't need to do it, because he's going to be facing the rest of his life in prison anyway.
190 years for a 60-year-old. He's going to be spending the rest of his life in prison. I don't know how familiar you are with law down there, but is any chance of parole, or is this he's a life sentence?
His only chance is on appeal. If his lawyers can overturn the conviction, get a new trial, it's going to be very hard to do so, though. He's in a lot of trouble. I expect that he'll die in prison.
I want to leave you with this. This is from a statement from the U.S. Attorney, Leah Simonton, and she had this to say: "This disgraced doctor acted no better than an armed assailant spraying bullets indiscriminately into a crowd. Dr. Ortiz tampered with random IV bags, apparently unconcerned with who he hurt, but he wielded an invisible weapon, a cocktail of heart-stopping drugs concealed inside an IV bag designed to help patients heal." It's quite the statement.
Yeah, he's a medical.
Yeah, the Hawk to a Girl launched a meme coin. That's just like a term they use, calling it a meme coin. It's really not. It's just always a scam coin. It's made for the sake of rugging her viewers within the first hour of its launch. And I feel like everyone in the world should have seen this coming, but somehow still they were able to make tens of thousands of dollars rugging idiots.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
And so, as you can see in the community note, 90% of the token supply has been sniped and being sold on the community. Buying this highly speculative hawk coin could result in loss. Just giving people a fair warning, which wasn't heeded. So what ended up happening?
Hawkonamics. Man, that just goes to show you can get famous for the most stupidest shit ever.
Thing is, what everyone knew would happen, it got rugged instantly, pretty much within the first 2 hours. So then Haley Welch's PR team made this post talking about the Hawkonomics, saying the team hasn't sold one token. Baloney. I'll call horseradish on that. We tried to stop snipers as best we could. Also, huge dirty barnacles on that claim too. And then once again, a community note. The team and insiders have actually been selling their tokens since launch. Majority have never purchased anything and have only sold the token they were given. Haley is lying and will likely have to talk to a judge about this. Community note, just dropping a fucking pun on it. Cold turkey like that. Might as well. But yep. We live in a world where CoffeeZilla will now make a Hawk Tua video. That's why this tab's open here. I'm just waiting for him to drop the the Hawk Tua video. I'm very excited for it. The idea behind goobers putting money into things like the Hawk Tua coin is they know it's going to rug, but they really think that they'll be the ones to capitalize off the rug. They'll pull out at the perfect time, completely oblivious to the fact that insiders are the ones that actually make the money, not the idiots that buy in thinking that somehow they're smarter than the scammer. Like, you're not in on the scam. You are just another one of the pawns on the board. You are just another little dime into the piggy bank. You'll never beat the rug. Imagine getting rugged by Hawk Tua Girl in the year of our Lord 2024. Again, you absolutely fucking deserve it. Like, this is a scam where the only victims are the ones that actually deserve it. This is a lesson that you needed to learn. And Haley Welch took you over her knee and disciplined you. And I know they're still not going to learn their lesson. They will once again just dump into the next fucking shitcoin from pump.fun. Why can't I find the graph again? Because it's like a beautiful rug graph. Like the most... Oh, yeah, here. Someone even put it as a Christmas tree. It's just like the quintessential Solana rug graph. I know, man. People are actually begging to just be scammed over and over and over and over and over again. I guarantee if Jack Doherty went live on Twitter right now saying that he's doing another meme coin, people would buy in and he'd make another 20 grand off him. Easy. You see that the Rizzler got disrespected by Hawk Tua Girl. I know you're making like a meme off of the absurdity of like the names and the shit, like just the full culture around it. But you know what's crazy? Is if Hawk Tua Girl did disrespect the Rizzler, it's the worst thing she could do for her career. She can blatantly scam these idiots on her Twitter. They're not going to care. They'll still tune in to Talk Tua for whatever reason, ironically, I guess. But if there was the story about how she disrespected the Rizzler, they'd all just leave her. A Rizzler level event would be the worst thing that could happen to her. But she can run these pump and dump scams till the fucking cows come home. It won't affect her. The Hawk Tua fall off is crazy. No, what's crazy is that there isn't a Hawk Tua fall off. She just had Mark Cuban on her podcast.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Actual industry.
I cannot believe Mark Cuban went on her fucking podcast.
She planned that is thriving in the biggest possible way, and now just full goatsy scamming her fans, actually dropping trouser, shitting on them, and it's not going to matter. CoffeeZilla is live with a Hawk Tua Girl in a Twitter space. Oh, he's already on the case? Let's go. I had his channel up earlier, waiting for when he'd hop in.
There's no rug pull, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market.
No,
that was not us. Listen, no, I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little.
Coffee, listen to him. It wasn't them.
Getting those fees, right?
Did you make $1 million on fees on a rug? Do you know how much it costs for lawyers?
Oh, we are going to get to Bambi too. Just hold on.
To create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors. You think this stuff pays for itself? Right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
We're here every single day.
Millions of
Day
dollars
one,
from the
day
run.
two, day
This guy's really bad at avoiding questions. He's not even slipping out of it.
And time and people that are on this project.
He just keeps.
So I got one of the new Henry homesteaders. Let's check it out.
What? How did I
Now,
get
got
here?
the model that's supposed to come with the Glock magazine well. So flip that back, and here it is. But if you don't want to do that, it does come with 2 mags straight from Henry. We got a little 5-round and then a little 10-rounder. Rather than any kind of checkering, it's got some sort of press texturing that honestly looks kind of like crap. Looks like the receiver is drilled in tap optics mounts. Your rear side is a little peep type deal, and your muzzle is threaded for accessories. It's just a little knurled cap. The thing is pretty hefty. I actually like how hefty it feels, but one huge problem with mine is there's no charging handle. I looked all through the box and everywhere, and mine did not come with one. So I'll be contacting Henry and getting a replacement charging handle. And
Plot twist. The charging handle was in the box. Few things are in life are as frustrating as getting a firearm only to discover it has issues right out the box. Somebody removed it before because the tags were removed, it says. It's the new California compliant, Henry. It's too dangerous to chamber around. Charging handles are in the tool bag under the mags. Pull back the cardboard tab underneath. Yep. Although that's kind of crazy that they would hide it like that. I mean, they ought to have a little thing in there
Yeah,
that
Hot
says
Girl launched the meme
underneath
coin.
here there's shit.
And kind of mitigate any kind
The fuck is a
This is
meme
nothing.
coin?
Just answer the simple questions Coffee is posing. Who owns it? Who made the money?
American, that 200 people participate. A lot of people within the industry that were very supportive of the vision. Because I think that
Why even listen to this bullshit if you muted Coffee? Because you got to unmute him at some point.
Yeah, I think that
Coffee and Connor each pants are in here spamming thumbs downs.
Like a little bit of a paradigm shift. I mean, like I said, nothing that we've seen thus far with,
It's a Hawk Tua rug pull shit coin, man.
in a sustainable manner.
He's yapping about nothing.
Of longevity of an extended time frame, and we're just trying to, like try something different, right? Like we said, we went back to first principles and kind of tried.
Did they answer?
No. Yeah, Jason only called after she had been in before. Okay, moderation. Look at. Something that Hillbilly said. We said that's absolutely horrible and traumatic. She is trying to compare that to why she came to my house. No, and Ruski's back and he doesn't like Hillbilly. So here's the thing. Can you believe that though? These are people that hate me so much that they're able to look the other way and do me. So anyway, Ruski's back. He doesn't like Hillbilly, and he's really pissed off. I believe that because he feels that he's composed over there.
Ruski, I'm sorry, I muted you, not out of disrespect. Just
and Ruski is screaming up the floor while he's muted.
We're not gonna fight right now. Fighting, please, fighting. I don't. I don't want any fighting. No, no, get the fuck off the fucking bill. I ain't fucking leaving. Get the fuck off the bill.
See?
Bruh. Oh, bruh. Do you know what did he just say, y'all? Listen to that.
I'm gonna fight right now. I'm just gonna tell
Let him go ahead.
I'm gonna fight. No fighting, please.
No,
Please, no fighting. I don't want any fighting.
No, we're not fighting. Get the motherfucker off the fucking bill. Cause I ain't fucking leaving. Get the fuck off.
I ain't fucking leaving. We need to make Moses Heaps, somebody out there that makes songs, needs to make a song called I Ain't Fucking Leaving with Brewski. And you can use shit like from this.
What's the best way of putting this? Shit, I think that you're.
He got one eye on me and one eye on the computer.
The whole time I thought I knew you guys. I don't. Like fucking bye, guy.
Bye.
Fucking Merry Christmas, but dude, I fucking talked to you for like 2 hours about. Let me apologize because you can shake a cocksucker. No, you shouldn't. Mind your goddamn business. Ass cunt. I'm trying to be a big person. Fuck you. All right, Rooski. I'm not your goddamn business. I'm trying to be a big person. Business. Ass cunt. Stupid ass. I was trying to fuck Facebook. You can shake a cocksucker. No, you shut the fuck up. You're not louder than I am. You're not gonna win the fucking conversation. Dude, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up. What are you? Shut up. Let me know. Let's try. Rooski, why are you so fucking shut the fucking mouth? Fucking quiet. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm gonna own the channel. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, woman. What? All right, shut the fuck down. Shut up.
As you can see, this is nothing new.
See? Where is Lisa? Why am I not seeing all of Lisa's comments? Wait, Lisa. I can't see you. I don't. Up in StreamYard. Heard. Doesn't sound the same. It does not sound the same.
Conversation. Please. Thank you.
Ooh, wait.
Fuck you, innocent.
Yeah.
You're wanting to cheat on your wife again, you faggot. Fuck you.
Thank you, Brewski.
Now you ain't gonna get away with that.
Because Bambi put him down. Anyway.
Piece of shit. You beat fucking retarded.
See, I can't. That is very weird. I guess you learn stuff every day. Anyway, let's go back to her. It's so funny, you guys. Rooski. Yeah. That's that. I don't get it. This is weird. It is extremely weird. Maybe it's got to be a glitch, but why? I'll just say I'm going to have to keep this open. And every time maybe StreamYard has her name blocked. Yeah, but then why wouldn't it be blocked when we're doing YouTube? Because it still goes through the same StreamYard. It's still my same StreamYard account. It's weird. That is very weird. I guess you learn stuff every day. Anyway, let's go back to her. It's so funny, you guys. Rooski is so mad. You get down. I'm not getting down.
How about you're not fucking welcome? You're a piece.
He's fired. See, I can't do fired up anymore. I can't. Hold on. He's fired
sound the same. It does not sound the same. Anyway.
Piece of shit. You beat fucking retarded people.
Jesus, Ruthie, will you calm the fuck down? I thought the master was supposed to calm you down, bud.
See, I think he's mad because Bambi put him down because she's like, oh, you were messing up or whatever. Yeah.
This motherfucker, I'll fucking kill you.
I thought you were supposed to be killing.
Fuck you,
man.
You're a piece of fucking shit. Now you ain't gonna get away with that.
You overgrown bitches looking motherfucker. I can be eating.
It's pretty bad, Brewski, when you make Hillbilly look better to you. Do you realize he just said, I'll kill you, motherfucker. Like, no, Brewski, you don't ever need to be around scissors. Oh, he said he beat retarded people. He's talking about him beating up the spokesman.
Hey, will you calm the fuck down? I'm not the master was supposed to down, bud.
See, I think he's mad because Bambi put him down because she's like, oh, you were messing up or whatever. Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to be killing, man.
You're a piece of fucking shit. Now you ain't gonna get away with that.
Overgrown bitches looking motherfucker.
Did she go live again?
Thank you for putting me on your panel.
He's like, thank you for putting me on your panel. He's crazy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to have a conversation. Maybe one day next week up here we can talk.
Okay. Risky, please calm down. Me and
Oh my God.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
You're about to go cheat on your wife again. Fuck you.
He's so fucking.
I really wish you had raised out just now.
I can hit you every single fucking time.
I don't really know the history between all that shit, but
I told you privately.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
I gave you the I said you're going to
Hellbilly.
You're not welcome here, Hellbilly. Every single time.
She's not welcome.
You're not welcome here.
No, he's gonna get that every single fucking time. I'll go at him. He's Nick Romano to me.
Oh my goodness. Hellbilly is Nick Romano. Well, you should have compared him to me. Because then maybe she would have understood.
Yeah, I understand he's Nick Romano to you. I get that. But he's never been mean to me or disrespectful, and
yeah, he's been mean to me, and I'm not gonna fucking sit here like a fucking cock and like have him talk and shit. Now he's not gonna be.
Woo! Wait a minute. You guys see, I wasn't listening to any of this.
I love how Jules did that too. She went, woo! I was thinking of doing that at the same time. I went, woo!
Did I hear that right?
Hell to the no, to the no.
Because I don't think you needed any help in that department.
Here like a fucking cock and like have him talk and shit. Now he's not gonna be comfortable. No, fuck that shit.
Hellbilly, I'm sorry you went through that.
Oh my goodness. Aren't you going to yell at Risky for trying to run your channel? You got mad at Mikey because you thought Mikey was trying to run your channel and you got all. That's what, you guys, she's not doing well. Fools rush in Bambi. That is why, like earlier today, I wasn't going to jump up on panel this slide. I had shit to do. I didn't need that. Please don't mention. Wait, nobody is mentioning her, is he? Oh, okay, KLP. I know KLP. He's devastated. Very sad. Yeah, Nick Romano is Nick. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but Nick, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's the cow. Because you are spewing a lot of milk.
Milk, milk, milk.
Yeah, he's not taking it very well, and as he shouldn't. Like I said in his chat yesterday,
I
that's
told
the
y'all
way
this was going to happen with Bambi and him.
you know.
Oh, this is what's going to tear them apart. She's going to be like, I can't,
Hold on a minute.
I can already see, I can already tell you what's happened. She got a hold of Ruski after the fact and has already cussed him up and down and like probably saying, you made yourself look dumb, you made me look dumb, blah, 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 you know, blaming him for everything.
I hope your pup feels better. Oh my god, the new pup? The new pup has got poops? Oh no.
You're still looking in the book. Hey, no, no, no. Hey, hey, calm the fuck down. Everybody's on the panel. Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Yeah, my love, how the fuck are you? What's up, fish? Hellbilly, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah, fuck them, sorry. Fuck you, man. No, fuck them.
Shit.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna change the speed here. I guess I must have the regular speed. That's why they sound crazy. Hold on.
Hey, no, shut the fuck up. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute you right now.
KLP is a sweetheart. I know you didn't mean anything.
No, because what I gotta say is fucking important, and you don't respect me enough to understand what I'm about to say. So I'm gonna mute you.
I do respect you, baby. I do respect you, actually.
No.
That's where you're wrong.
No, you don't. You need to shut the. No, you need to.
Oh, this is fun. I didn't even hear this part.
Just shut up right now.
Oh, this is fun.
Baby,
seriously,
look,
you
look, I
need to shut
respect
the fuck
you.
up.
I do respect
No. I am calm. You're the one that's not calm. You need to shut up. Okay, just be quiet for like 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Give me 5 fucking seconds.
5, 4.
Hellbilly, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Look at
Every
and Ruski's making a face kind of like, fuck you, I don't care.
Every single time.
I can imagine. No. Seriously. Fucking show me at least a fucking minute.
Ooh, you guys, you hear what she snapped on Ruski? I didn't even know this. Let's go back a little bit. That was kind of fun.
Oh my god.
Very angry. Ruski, she's gonna take your head off. If Bambi thought Ghost was a stalker, she has no idea what's waiting for her when she sets him off. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Oh my god. That was. I agree with that one.
Oh my gosh.
What I'm about to say, so I'm gonna mute you.
I do respect you, baby. I do respect you, actually.
No.
He just finished saying.
No, the fuck you don't.
No, you don't. You need to shut the. No.
He's a
you need to shut
liar.
up right now. You need to shut up.
Baby,
Like seriously, you
look,
need
look,
to
I
shut the
respect
fuck
you.
up.
I do respect
No. I am calm. You're the one that's not calm. You need to.
Not just a weekend, or not just a holiday weekend. In jail twice on a holiday weekend. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, unfortunately, and he's going live left and right. He's turning himself into Square, but a very, very, very foul mouth Square.
You need to shut up. Okay? Quiet for like 5 seconds.
At least she realizes I'm not even like that.
Hellbilly, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
every single time.
I can imagine. No. Seriously, fucking show me at least a fucking minute of fucking goddamn respect. Just a minute. Okay? I'm.
Good luck. How fucking big of an L do you want, Ruski? Fuck me up. Ruski might as well just say, fuck me all the way up.
You don't want to be a compassionate fucking person, but I do right now.
Oh my gosh, you guys, she was sloshed. She does sound sloshed.
She's fucked up.
We were listening at odd speed.
Oh yeah, she fucked up.
When I recorded, I had to put it on like 2 times just to catch up. So we were at an odd speed, but oh boy, to be fair, Square isn't like him. Well, no, I'm just saying that you know how Square goes live about everything. Nick Romano has gone live so many. Hey, Crystal. Nick Romano goes live 1 million times a day. I heard him yelling at people.
Appreciate that, but I don't go live on everything now anymore. I mean, I don't do that anymore.
Any money.
I don't. Somebody else does not set the precedent for me going live. You know, did I used to do that and allow that to happen? Sure. I'm not going to say no, but not anymore.
You know what I mean? So it just, in that sense, he reminds me of Square. You know what I mean? A lot of responding and stuff. He's a different type. He's a very, very foul-mouthed one, but anyway.
He's fucking more homicidal.
Somebody you know kills them fucking self, then fucking open your fucking mouth.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god. She is not pulling that card.
Ruski just doesn't like Hellbilly.
Until then, shut the fuck up. Please, give me a fucking minute. Give me a fucking minute. Show me at least that much fucking respect. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I can only imagine the pain.
And then here Ruski is again in the background, just if he could be growling right now, he would. Exactly how he looks, because he shut him up again. Yeah, I don't know. Nick's got a space heater, and then he said that his dick is bigger than his TV, he said.
And the not understanding that you went through with your uncle. Bottom line is, the bug tried to terrorize and traumatize children that lost their dad to suicide.
That is not even. Can you believe what she's adding on this? Because Hellbilly came up and told a traumatic story about his uncle, I believe, killing himself. Right? Very concerned where he's going to live. That's weird. That is weird.
Side. That's why I went to her house.
And that's not remotely true, Bambi. You got the FOIA request, and guess what? That is why he didn't show it. The only one that he showed are the ones that we already know about. You know that J-Fid called. You know that I tried to get Officer Michelson called me and told me that I could go for third-party harassment for it. Period, point blank. That's how it started. He asked for a statement from me of what happened. I gave it to him. And I've never denied that. I never called her police department. And even when I spoke to Officer Michelson, he called me. I did not call him. Okay, Pinky Beetle, you don't like me, so who are you saying is a liar?
Because she made my 17-year-old cry on the front lawn because she sent the cops to my house saying that I was beating my kids.
Bambi, you know the truth to that story. You really should stop bringing it up because you need to show proof. You guys, isn't that what we do in this community? You cannot accuse somebody of something, especially seeing as she supposedly has that proof. Remember, she got the FOIA requests. So why is it okay for her to just spew this? And all of you know damn well the CPS had nothing to do with me, and Roadhog was going to do whatever Roadhog wanted. Yep.
What the fuck?
My daughter was so scared that she was sobbing on the front lawn of my fucking property because some fucking hooker in Illinois called 911 saying I was beating my children. She was scared that the cop.
Bambi, you know that is a lie. How is it that people like all of the truth tellers in the community
Well, that's what these people can do, and I'm sorry if there's a fucking echo, or I can't deal with the echo. Like, there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't the neighbor. The call came in the house.
I try to keep it from.
Cops are gonna fucking take them away.
What? See, now that is fucking ridiculous. Doesn't that seem like an exaggeration there? Prove it.
Take them
Prove it. You
away.
got people like Cooch and all those people that
Well,
look as
if she would be risking of losing her kids, it would be her fault. Look at how you're acting right now, you dumb bitch. Like, fuck, you don't live in a big ass house. I bet your kids are fucking clawing their ears out.
she constantly brings her kids. Do you know, Kay, do you know that she had her daughter talk to stand-up guy and do an interview about this? But Bambi, if it was me, why did your father call the police station the next day? Because you know he did.
She traumatized and victimized children who lost their dad to suicide, who was grieving the loss of their father.
Maybe you should start doing the Christmas spirit and trying to put tradition back into your family instead of all this hate on the internet. How about that?
She had no business doing that. That is why I went to her.
Oh, shit.
That is why. No other reason. Because she made my daughter cry.
And that is a lie. So what is going to happen when your
Dun,
friends
dun,
have
dun.
a FOIA request and that is disproven? What are you guys going to say to her? You guys going to say anything to her? Can you imagine having to hear
Everything
this?
I do is for a reason. Everything. From start to finish. Risky, there's a person named Mama Hawk that wants to get on panel. How do you feel about that?
Oh my god.
Friends, I'm gonna show
That's
respect.
MC. Hell
Yes,
no.
no.
Hell no. That's MC. Hell
No.
no.
I'm sorry,
That's
Mr. MC. I don't know you. My panel guest wants to talk to you.
Crisis averted.
I'm sorry, but they're not gonna be on. I apologize, but
Because MC gonna get it too.
well, I don't know that. I only know a little bit about it. I don't. All right. I'm not setting you up. I'm not setting you. Okay.
Okay, I did not hear this. You guys, I didn't hear this at all. What happened was somebody told me that she was threatening me really bad and that I needed to record it. So I was already recording because they told me she was going nuts at the beginning about something else. And so I fast forwarded to where we are. But I have all the in here, so. Right? Please blow your nose. Somebody please get her a tissue.
Obviously, there's issues with you and Risky, so what do you got to say? Let's just go for it. I mean, seriously, don't be a fucking jerk off, please. Don't be a fucking jerk off.
Oh my god.
Fuck this guy. No.
What's up?
Oh my goodness, he's upset again.
Damn, MC ain't even fucking said a word.
Hammered. Come on now. Come on.
See, what you're witnessing is Bambi is actively destroying Brewski.
Fuck this guy. Bambi, what the fuck, dude?
I
respect you now. Fuck you, Mama.
You can't
Bambi,
respect somebody
seriously.
else's panel.
Oh my goodness. This is that MC guy or whatever, right? The one with the handlebar.
That's all that. Listen, the motherfucker is the master at using fucking passive aggressiveness as a troll. That's all he does. He's very passive aggressive. That's legit all he does. He's passive aggressive as fuck to the point he can get someone like Ruski, you know, to just sit there and keep himself going.
Our mustache.
All he has to say is, "You don't respect her panel. You don't respect."
Yeah, shut the fuck up, MC.
Risky,
You're
hold
a
on.
fucking
No.
little bitch-ass motherfucker. Fuck you, MC. I'll fucking come to where the fuck you live at too. I'll find out your address. I'll find out your real name. You're not fucking safe. You cheat on your wife. Serious, family.
How did?
Wow, Risky, that's a lot of milk. What in the hell? Just the mere presence of this person. Here's what I would do. This is where I would just drop down. If I felt that this was not going to be a good look, less is more. There's that saying, always say less than necessary.
He done fucked. That's went way out the window.
One second, gentlemen. No. Hey, give me one. No, give me one fucking second.
But Ruski is fired up.
Oh, he's just a little.
Our mustache. He just showed his face. And he's gonna bitch slap him.
Yeah, I'll fucking kill you, you little bitch ass motherfucker. That little cum sack that you have.
Be careful. He lobbled a fucking. But be careful, Jules going. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, you better be careful, the motherfucker. He lobbled to end up pulling out his dick.
Fuck that guy. No, fuck him. No, I'm not calling the fuck down.
I got a question. I got a fucking question, guys.
No question.
Ask a fucking question.
Oh my gosh.
No questions.
Ruski like shit all over her panel.
Bro, she's gonna fucking kill him.
No. Can I ask a fucking question on my own goddamn show? Can I ask a fucking question? Can I ask a fucking question on my own fucking show? Can I ask a question?
So apparently they hit Bambi's link because she was hammered and she was taking anybody.
Fuck yes.
Because I know who you are, Mr. Omaha. Why do you call Ruski every single day? Why are you calling this guy every single day? He obviously doesn't want to talk to you. He's not friends with you. Why are you calling him every day?
I don't call him.
Can you answer
I haven't called him in like 3 months.
3 months.
3 months, okay. 3 months.
Man, that's such a lie.
When you make accusations,
I wouldn't believe that.
You're a fucking stalker. You need to be locked up in a fucking
I mean, he is.
No, shut the fuck up when I'm speaking. Fuck you. You call me every single day. You call me every single day, and you don't even pick us up here. And I asked you not to bring him up, by the way.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Because I was gonna play I'll Say I Love You, but yeah, this is too much fun to have a song right now. Yeah, could somebody please let the cunt does not have a sack. I think he said
I'm out.
No, I'm not gonna fucking turn up when you bring enemies to your fucking panel, because I wouldn't do that to you, Bammy. Never have.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. I wouldn't do that to you, Bambi.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I think I will try to clip. I don't know, Paula, did you get this part of it? This was good. This Ruski is absolutely out of his mind.
You have. No, fuck this guy.
Guys, just listening to his voice is not the same as seeing him. He is just screaming faces already. He's pointing at the camera. He is crazy.
Oh yeah. He looks like a banshee, I bet.
You little fucking faggot. You don't get a word in edgewise when I'm up here. Fuck you.
He's fucking seething. He's probably got saliva. He's salivating.
On the table. Oh
God.
my God.
You're gonna get the same fucking treatment. Just like Nick Romano, just like Elderly. You're nobody. You fucking stop.
No, so the eyes are all over the place. No sunglasses. No, we didn't get it. Please make it available for Paula Jules. This is gold. Wait, you guys didn't get it? Okay, well, I'm gonna make so far this candidate, I haven't seen any messages. But yeah, I'll have to delete the one part to it. But yeah, this is pretty good. Pretty damn good.
No, fuck this second.
Gentlemen,
I'm
give me
not
a second.
gentleman.
No,
Fuck this guy.
Seriously, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. This is supposed to be about the bug.
Give me 5 fucking seconds. Because I swear to God, if I have to hit that fucking mute button, I will, and I don't like to hit the mute button. So
And then they can unmute themselves.
please don't make me fucking treat you like a fucking jerk. I don't know.
Treat him like a
I
jerk.
know that the man on panel right now has been calling me nonstop. Yes, Llama, I do know all of you. I do know who the fuck you are. I know all about you. Listen to that.
Bruce is the only one on panel.
Oh, MC, you couldn't do one thing without trying to bring me up, could you?
Co-host, she had
Dumbass.
and now she's fucking twice in a row.
Sir, give me a second. Why are you calling Ruski all the fucking time and leaving fucking voicemails and calling? Why? He doesn't like me.
No news.
Why are you calling? Like
So
why?
I'm not leaving them voicemails. So how do you have? How could I be leaving them voicemails? If you don't even
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me.
Well, you're
I apologize. Let me correct. No, I have.
Yeah, come
Don't
correct.
that shit with me, dude. I've seen how many fucking texts you've sent. I've seen how many times you fucking called him. I've seen it.
He got her. He's got her. He's got her on the hook.
Isn't it? I always say, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. I don't say, wait, right? I don't know. Maybe I've said that, but yeah, I just picture born in the corn with a bunch of urine on her head.
Okay, now
Ruski's urine, that is.
Don't piss on my head and tell me it's fucking raining. Don't do it. Seriously, dude, don't do it.
This was definitely worth coming to Rumble.
I know.
Paula, this is what you should start doing. Is you should start broadcasting it to Rumble because she can't do anything.
The fuck you are. Don't do it.
Speaking of which, we now have a rumble.
No.
Just speaking of which.
Now he's coming for her.
No.
Now, hold on.
No, I'm gonna. No. Hey, you're fucking looking at me, Mr. My dick.
Get that down with the sickness.
No. Hey, clown boy. I know all about you slashing your dick on panel. I've seen it. I've seen you slash your dick on panel. I know who the fuck you are. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I know who the fuck you are, clown. I know who you are. Who the fuck? You're playing it. You're fucking trying to play. I know who the fuck you are. No, goodbye. I know who you are. I know where you fucking live, MC. I know where the fuck you live. I know who the fuck you are.
Oh my goodness. You know what Ruski's doing now? Ruski now is all sitting back like this in the chair, and he's got his hands behind his head because Bambi's now taking care of him.
I need you to explain why you're calling Ruski over a dozen fucking times. I've seen the chat. I've seen the logs. I've seen how many times you fucking called him. What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking homo? You wanna fuck him? Is that what this is about? You're fucking gay for fucking Ruski? You obviously are. That's why you jumped on my panel, because you want to get close to Ruski. Get the fuck out of here, MC Llama Hawk faggot.
Wasn't it funny because she was all like, yes, I think we need to pull out the Thorazine from last year. Lacey, stop hoarding it. It's insane. This is it. But I'm the crazy one. You hear me over here threatening people left and right. This is crazy. And all of you people that are amping Bailey up, good for you. We've gotten her to get really sauced tonight and lose her cool.
I know who the fuck you are. Trying to dig up information on my friend Pam. You came to the wrong fucking chat room, son. I only had you on panel.
CS message just hit the screen.
I can make you look like a fucking idiot. You fell for it. What the fuck were you thinking grabbing my fucking link, you stupid fucking Momo? I know who the fuck you are. I know where you fucking live, MC Llama Hawk. I know where you fucking live.
How in the world is this okay? So the minute that Bambi gets upset because somebody outwitted her on a phone call, now she's pulling out the I know where you live. But then if somebody were to say something back to her, she goes and, oh my goodness, how could you do that? I'm a mother with children and they're grieving and blah, 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 blah. You guys not hear all the things that Bambi says and does, but then Bambi plays victim. She does it all the time. Bambi is one of the biggest victims there are.
I've known about you for a fucking year, cup boy. You ain't gonna run shit in here, bitch. Where the fuck you think you're at? This is the pizza burst. This is Mob 2, baby.
If that's not a soundbite, I don't know what is. This is Mob 2, baby.
I know everything about you, MC Llama Hawk. You thought you were gonna come on panel, talk shit to Rooski, and then fucking play your troll game.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone. It's just her and Rooski now. As soon as he said it, he started coming back at her. That was kind of funny. That was, here's the thing. I don't really know much about that fella, but I will say he played that well. He did. He played it really well. He toyed with the. He was playing up to Bambi enough to keep him up there. Rooski was going nuts. There was literally flames coming out of his ears. And she was fine. And then he waited and then he turned it on her. And then so he did pretty good. If he would have turned on her at the beginning, he would not have gotten all that time. So there is my critique of that interaction.
Man, how wrong you were, little bitch.
Yes, that would be Rooski background noise.
How wrong you were. I know exactly who the fuck you are, MC Llama Hawk. I know where you fucking live. I know where you fucking sleep. I've known about you for a good year.
Oh, you guys, there's a part of this too where she talks about Ghosts of Shadows and she's going to embarrass his children and all sorts of other stuff. Remember the people that aren't supposed to approve of going real life and all of that? Okay, where do y'all stand on this one?
Anything else you want to say, Rooski? I got you.
Because I assure you guys, I will be bringing this recording to the police department and filing another report because I'm not taking this lightly. Because last time when she showed up, even though all of y'all knew she was coming, I really and truly did not think that anybody was ridiculous enough to drive 6 hours over the internet, but she did. So anyway, I have to cover my bases. I am not going to sit here and just wait for some crazy person to come and threaten me. No. And according to her, she said she's going to pay me. So she was pretty specific on exactly everything she was going to do to me this evening. Any of you, now let that have come out of my mouth. This is a lovely one. Because Poodle Kicker loves her some Bambi. Let's change this to John Yates' voice. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. I guarantee you, people John has not done all that. No, I am taking her threats seriously. I'm not taking them lightly. I am over here documenting them on here. Oh boy, what's going on here? We're getting slow.
She's fucking nuts.
I am documenting it. Because this was too far. All of you people that are letting her in your chat, and am I still here? Let's see, can you guys still, okay, you can still hear me. I just keep freezing. All of you people that think that Bambi is okay, she is dangerous. She literally said it. If someone threatened her this way, she would have called the police. Yes. And fun fact, she already has. Bambi goes and tells people are snitches. Bambi is steady going to the police department on everybody. Yeah, and then we have these screenshots of her saying that she's going to put me in the ICU. I am a 54-year-old woman. I do not take threats like that lightly. She's going to wait outside. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Would any of you like to live where you had to worry about some psycho walking outside of your door over YouTube?
No.
Because I guarantee you, I hadn't been saying a fucking word about her. I have been trying to my best to ignore her. Yeah, she says she's going to punch me on the lawn. She's also going to beat me up in the hallway of my neighbors. Yeah, it is. It's a serious threat. And she literally says that she's a dangerous person. And she doesn't give a fuck about the law. Then she promised it wasn't a threat. It's no one else's fault that Bambi is a dangerous moron, though. No, it's not. But you see where she gets amped up. Because I'm not doing anything to her. So that's why she switched it to her friends. And I guarantee you this is because I made a mention of Savage trying to get another privacy strike over the same damn video and failing. I just wanted to, everybody's like, Jesus is always striking. Well, that's what Savage is too. And she would be striking far more if she could.
I got you.
Yeah,
You want to ask me about
one thing.
why I let a fucking stupid cunt on panel? You want to ask me again about why I let your enemy on panel? Really? You want to question me?
I do have one.
Oh my gosh, now look at this.
I've known about that fucking cunt for a year.
Oh,
I know
it's
fucking
not
everything.
Savage is a
I got eyes and
I know
ears everywhere.
everything.
And I think
I am the end all be all.
made it very vocal that she is one of
Boo.
those women that will take your man. She does not respect the institution of marriage. She likes to sleep with people that have I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me do the marriage thing again because I don't want to misspeak. No, okay. I think it's just people that are with other people. Because so I take that back. So not marriage so much, but she's the kind of girl that will fuck your man. She tried to get Matt Bauer. She, we know what she did with Tyrese, knowing that Tyrese had a girlfriend the whole time. And
Tyrese.
I can't believe she drove that much time to be used. That's weird. Anyway, and then when I had my friend Sterling on panel afterwards, when we were talking, and I told her, I said, yeah, he liked you. He thought you were cool. And she's like, well, I kind of like him. And that weird way. And I said, yeah. I said, she's like, no. And I said, he has a girlfriend. She said, so. That was the first thing she said out of her mouth.
So. Fucking women, man.
I have never copyright struck anybody, but I'll be damned if Savage was going to keep using images of me that I do not use in that manner. Get the fuck over yourself and find something else to talk about. Prolonging this is you.
Mm-hmm. Just look at all this fucking dumbass shit. Oh shit! Damn it!
I'm a fucking empire. I'm the queen of fucking mob too.
Shut the fuck up. Brewski and that damn mic. You guys hear all of these sound bites? Listen to this.
On panel? You want to ask me again about why I let your enemy on panel? Really? You want to question me?
I do have one.
I've known about that fucking cunt for a year. I know fucking everything. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I'm a fucking empire. I'm the queen of fucking mob too. I know everybody. Next.
The fuck is wrong with her?
I mean, really, you want to question me, Ruski? Really? No.
She is acting as if that whole thing was planned. Bambi, you were kissing his ass just like Hellbilly until it went south. No, she does not know girl code. That's what I'm saying. And guess what? That's stuff that happened on the internet. Literally happened on the internet, not in anybody's private life, personal life, stuff that they mentioned. Because I'll guarantee you this, there's a lot of people that mention a lot of stuff. Well, except for Savage. Savage has tried to put through 2 false privacy strikes. For Savage, those were denied, and they were denied for a reason. You are trying to privacy strike something that was somebody else's content, You knowingly put yourself on Amber's panel. You did that. Nobody took it from your private IG. It was nothing like that. So there's that. That's the difference.
No, you want to question me? No, what do you got to say now? What do you got to say now? What now? What now, Risky?
What now?
I apologize.
I apologize. Yeah, you better.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
The cuckery.
I know.
You were such a cuck,
I
Risky.
know what the fuck I'm doing on this YouTube. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I am 5 steps ahead. You motherfuckers
Alright,
playing
Nico
chess. I'm
Avocado.
playing chess.
I'm 5 steps ahead.
Checkmate, fucking MC Lamahawk, bitch. Checkmate, motherfucker. Come up again. Let's play. Round 2.
Oh my gosh. There's a cute little possum on my back patio. Oh, yay!
Did she say let's play round 2?
They come around here too.
Something tells me she didn't go live today, did she? I'm sorry, I haven't been. I don't even have my damn chat in front of me. It's fucking horrible. My phone's charging.
That's why I said that. I literally just saw one today and it made me sad.
2. Let's play. I know what the fuck.
Oh, hey, Jules. Well, hello. What email? Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, actually. You didn't have to do that. But, yeah, I actually didn't mind watching your videos. Fun. Thanks for coming by here. What email? I have a few emails. That's what I'm wondering. If you don't mind, I'll give you a more current email because you probably have sent it to an email. I don't even. If it's no problem with you, send it to this one. I don't, because I'm not seeing anything. Let me check the spam. Ooh. Dude, she lost her bananas yesterday, Jules. Oh, actually, never mind. I got it. Never mind. I got it. She fucking lost her bananas. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Oh my god. Paula's picture. Oh, okay. 1 second. Boy, if Ruski tried to show up on my doorstep and move in, I'd be fucking scared. I'd be like, get the holy water. Back, you beast. Back. I'm sorry. I gotta do something better with coming in here with putting someone's name next to Diddler or whatever. Oh my god. Everybody say thank you to Jules. Everybody fucking, you know what? This is me. I have to fucking give a recommendation now. If you're, get your ass over to Jules' page if you're not already and fucking subscribe. What the fuck are you doing? Still sitting here. Go do it. And check out a Rumble.
She doesn't want you. Own it. You fucking cunt. Own it. Come online. Say, yeah, bitch. I sold out my fucking boyfriend. Own it. You're hot. You are fucking hot. Own it. Get it. Jules, listen, it's not hard. Yeah, I ratted out my boyfriend. I was goddamn right.
Hold on.
Hey, Jules, I stole $100 grand when I was 16 years old. Got it. Own it. Own it. Own it. Not hard. I need it. Cannot deny anymore. Why do you keep trying to deny? My man's a drug. My man would have sold his ass for crack. Those are your words. Your words, not mine. Yours.
My man would have sold his ass for crack.
I mean, do I need to play the PSA drug clinic?
Why would she say that?
Of you
Like that's a
exploiting, mocking, taking advantage of incapacitated women in lingerie? Do I need to play those? And I got them. They're still on my channel, puns. Even though you tried to strike them, they're still on my channel. You stupid fucking whore.
Man, you are fucking jealous, Bambi. You're so jealous. She's so ate up. She is ate up over Jules. I never realized it was this bad actually before. This is fucking insane.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna do shit. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Listen to that. That is
Good snipe me. I'll keep playing and exposing you. I'll show everybody.
that's some fucking mustard type shit right there. That's some sociopathic type shit. What are you gonna do? Like, I'm just gonna point you out and laugh at you. Oh, what else are you gonna do? I guess nothing. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's not a question you answer. Don't let somebody trick you into answering that question. Just be like, what are you gonna do?
What you're fucking doing? Snap the fuck out of me. I'll show your daughters what you're doing, who the fuck you are. I'll play videos like that, showing them what you've done.
Oh my God.
Understand this, bug. You want to play with me? You want to get fucking Paula with your little fucking wars? Just like that? Be fine. I'll take your fucking head off. And this time in 2025, I'll make it permanent. You understand that? I'm not playing with you. This is not the Bambi of 2023, not the Bambi of 2024. You get educated. Bambi's well aware of how to win this game. You will play, let's play. Because Julie, I've already got my trip to Lombard already planned. I just haven't decided if I'm going to follow through, and I haven't decided when I'm going to follow through. You know, I will come to your fucking house, and I'm telling all the fucking cops you stupid whore. Hold up! I don't care! You don't seem to understand. You're talking to a person who does not give a fuck about the law, and I don't give a fuck about my own self. Do you understand that? You're dealing with a dangerous fucking person. A person who does not give a fuck. You don't understand, bud.
Something tells me
I don't give a fuck anymore about anything. I don't care.
she's lying.
So me coming to your house, dragging you out of your apartment, and beating you out of your fucking hallway doesn't mean anything to me. I'll take an assault charge. I'm a fucking criminal. I don't care. You don't understand. Savage, Heidi, everyone else gives a fuck about their freedom. I do not. You're talking to a person who's half alive. Beating you half to death on your
Half alive.
doesn't mean a fucking shit to me. Knock it the fuck off before I fucking hurt you. That's that, bug. Knock it off. Stop it. Stop harassing my friends. Stop harassing people on the fucking internet, or I'm going to hurt you. That's a fact. Call your fucking cops. I don't care. Call them. I'll fucking drive them tomorrow and fucking beat your ass and make it worth it.
She hates her cops. She really hates your. She hates your police, Jules, because they wouldn't take her fucking reports.
You don't fucking understand, bug. You're dealing with a dangerous fucking person. And if I have to fucking put you in the fucking hospital to make you understand that, I will.
Oh my
You
god.
fucking with my kids was the fucking death of you. You understand that? You fucked with my kids, which means I'm gonna hurt you. It's that simple. Call the fucking cops. Show them the fucking license. I don't care. Call them. Call them.
Something
I'm a
tells
fucking
me she's
criminal.
gonna be going to
I
jail.
don't care.
You
I don't
know,
care.
it's,
You have no idea how many fucking assault charges I actually have. You have no clue. You don't know who the fuck I am. And if I have to show you who the fuck I am, fine. I'll show you. I'll drive 6 hours, drag you out of your fucking house by your fucking pink hair, and beat the fuck out of you on your fucking lawn in front of your fucking neighbors. Don't you understand? You're dealing with a real gangster, not a fake one, a real gangster.
that's pretty specific.
No, I am calm. You don't understand. I am calm. I'm very calm.
I am calm.
I'm just very
I'm
passionate
very calm.
about getting
I'm
my
very
point across.
passionate.
I'm very fucking passionate. And I'm telling you, in 2025,
Fuck
if I
this
don't fuck around,
crazy
I'm going to
bitch.
murder. That is a threat. Call them. It's a fucking threat.
That is a threat,
I'm going to
bitch.
fucking hurt you.
That is a threat.
That's a fucking fact.
That's a fucking fact.
Stupid fucking whore. I'm
Stupid
going to hurt
whore.
you. You do not stop.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Call your fucking cops. They're not going to help you. I don't give a fuck. Do you understand? Do you understand that I've spent probably
Oh my god.
easily 100 days in jail?
That's nothing.
Fuck about a month. I don't give a fuck about 3 months.
Oh,
I
you
don't
would.
care. You don't see
Yes, you
understand,
would.
bub. You're dealing with a dangerous person. Somebody who doesn't value
Once
life.
it sat
I don't
in, you
value my own
would.
life, and I sure the fuck don't value yours. You need to stop before you force my hand.
Before you force my hand. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Don't force my fucking hand.
The past several months,
With 44 Magnum.
I tried really hard to not run shit on you. Do not force my fucking hand. Don't force my fucking hand, bub. Don't force it. Call the fucking cops right now. I don't give 2 fucks. I don't give 2 fucks. Detective Michelson knows where I'm at. He knows.
Detective Michelson knows where I'm at.
Goes to shadow. They know.
Oh yeah.
No, they're well aware of the psychotic behavior
Bro,
of baby fucking Paul.
I can't believe she's still trying to say, oh yeah, I'm still gonna Ghost of Shadows is still going to jail. There's just a slight delay. I've got to make a trip to Missouri. Shut the fuck up.
See you later, Dodge.
I'll talk to you later. You too, girl. He's like, yeah, I gotta go. He's like, yeah, see y'all. This is fucking too much for me.
I don't give a fuck.
I gotta bounce. I got you. I know. Oh yeah, I'm sure he is, baby. He'll bond you out. He'll bond you out, baby. He's just like, let me get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God! I'm glad I shared that with you, honestly. I'm back here in the goddamn spirit. I'm back into it. Goddamn, back out here home.
And Hillbilly.
And thank you for sharing it with me. Like really, I tell people, people talk to me, like, no, I don't know the guy. He came up
Oh shit.
I do. I appreciate it.
You know.
Aside from the fact that Gene Team said they would never be cool with this bitch.
And I don't like Rufy, and Rufy don't like me. But that's because of the troll stuff.
Oh, Rufy. Actually called her Rufy's funny.
Risky, your audio. Risky, your audio. Please, give me a second. Yeah, Risky, your audio is really crap. No, your audio is really crap. I can't understand anything you're saying, sir. So you have to. Your audio is really bad. I cannot understand anything you're saying.
Hey, don't.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
I can totally understand. And there's no reason for me to do that on the panel. He just happens to be up here.
That's all right.
That's all.
Dumb bitch.
I was watching. I ain't gonna lie, I was watching for a minute. I saw you're rating it, and I don't know of y'all because of Square. I mean, y'all.
Because of Square.
I'm not raging.
Because Square
I'm not
is.
raging.
That's all Square.
I'm not passionate about that understanding that I'm gonna fucking hurt her. It's gonna stop. I'm gonna fucking hurt her.
I don't know.
I'm gonna hurt her. I just want you to know, hillbilly, I'm gonna hurt you, bitch. I mean, it's a pretty bad thing when you're sitting there going to somebody, hey, you know that bitch? You know, I'm gonna fucking hurt her. Like, do you need to go see a psychologist? I think you might need to go see an anger therapist. Like, maybe go take some anger management. Have you ever, I don't know, shot a gun? Like, maybe all you need to do is to get a fucking, but I wouldn't encourage that because fuck, then she'd get, there's no telling where her brain would go. She don't need no practice.
Long list. You know, do you have kids? You have kids, Hillbilly? You have kids? You have children?
Yes.
How would you feel if your child who is grieving the loss of their parents, your child's grieving, they lost their father, how would you feel if some woman sent the cops to your house and made your child cry? How would you feel about that? For no reason.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
That's why I drove to her house, because she traumatized and upset a 17-year-old girl.
Bullshit.
She had to worry about her you know, you don't understand.
Bullshit.
Like children who are grieving. Okay, they're not normal kids. My kids aren't normal. Okay, they're not normal. They had to deal with their dad being suicide. That's not normal.
Yeah, right.
Okay, they're not normal kids. And to sit there and
from your kid's kid, right? I was a kid when my uncle got his stuff because he had the same cancer my mom had. So he went to
you understand the trauma. Right? You understand the trauma. I muted you.
Fuck you.
We're not gonna fight right now. We're gonna fight. No fighting, please.
No,
please, no fighting. I don't want any fighting.
I can't get over it. I know we're kind of listening to this again, but sorry, I can't help it. This was history made yesterday.
Risky, please calm down. Me and Elbow are actually talking about something that's
Ruski, please. You can't change him. Baby's like, I can change Ruski. I can save him. No, you can't.
I really wish you had a raised out just now.
No, fuck that motherfucker. When I see him on panel, it's fucking, it's on site. When I see him, it's on site. Uh-oh. Fuck him.
He's Nick Romano to me.
He's Nick Romano.
I get that. But he's never been mean to me or disrespectful. And
uh-oh. You've been mean to me.
Is that gonna be comfortable? No. Fuck that shit.
Hellbilly,
mad.
I'm sorry with that. This was being
Fuck you. I ain't fucking sorry.
Hey, calm the fuck down. Hellbilly's not on the panel. Calm the fuck down. Calm down.
The fuck?
Yeah, he's not on the panel. Fish, my love, how the fuck are you? What's up, Fish? Hellbilly, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. And,
Fuck that story. Fuck you, man. No, fuck them.
This shit, no, shut the fuck up. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute you right now because what I gotta say is
Oh my god.
and you don't want to respect me enough to understand what I'm about to say, so I'm gonna mute you.
Fuck you, sorry.
No.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You just shut up.
You really don't.
Seriously, you
Look,
just shut the fuck up.
I do.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, just be quiet for like 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. Give me 5 fucking seconds. Hellbilly, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Idiot.
Every single time.
I can imagine. No. Seriously, fucking show me at least a fucking minute of fucking goddamn respect. Just a minute.
Just a minute.
Okay? I'm sorry. You don't want to be a compassionate fucking person, but I do right now.
Person that I do right now. I'm trying to secure my image as a compassionate person. I just talked about bashing a bitch's brains in. I gotta try to seem like I'm level-headed.
Give me a fucking minute. Show me a minute.
Give me a minute.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. I can only imagine.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
And
I bet you Hillbilly's just sitting there like, I don't give a fuck if you're sorry. You think he really cares?
Bottom line, Bug tried to terrorize and traumatize children that lost their dad to suicide. That's why I went to her house. Because she made my 17-year-old cry on the front lawn because she said the pain that I was seeing.
I don't believe you.
My daughter was so scared that she was sobbing on the front lawn of my fucking property because some fucking hooker in Illinois called 911 saying I was beating my children. She was
Call
scared.
911. Somebody call 911.
She traumatized and victimized children who lost their dad to suicide, who was grieving the loss of their father. She had no business doing that. That is why I went to her house. That is why. No other reason. Because she made my daughter cry.
Bullshit.
Everything I do is for a reason.
No.
I'm starting.
Really? You mean like everybody fucking else that's alive too? You don't say. You do things for a reason. I would have never fucking guessed that.
No.
I'm sorry, Mr. LC.
Hell no.
MC, I don't know you. My panel guest does not want to talk to you, so I'm sorry, but you're not welcome on it.
She don't fucking respect that long.
I'm gonna get it too.
Well, I don't know that guy. I only know a little bit about him. I don't. All right. I'm not setting you up. I'm not sandbagging you. Okay. Obviously, there's issues with you and Risky. So, what do you got to say that's so important? I mean, seriously, don't be a fucking jerk off, please. Don't be a fucking jerk off.
No, fuck this guy. No,
What's up?
Seriously, you
No,
bring him
fuck
on?
this guy.
You
gonna bring him on?
Andy, what the fuck, dude?
Bambi, what the fuck?
You can't respect
Fuck you, Llama Hawk.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Motherfucker. Fuck you, MC. I'll fucking come to where the fuck you live at too. I'll find out your address. I'll find out your real name. You're not fucking safe. You cheat on your wife. Serious, Bambi.
How did I do that?
Damn. He said, how did I do that? Just suck it. Fuck you, give me a second.
MC.
Well, fuck that fact. Yeah, I'll fucking eat you.
Oh my god.
No, fuck him. No, I'm not asking the fuck no.
I got a question. I got a question. Can I ask you a fucking question on my own goddamn show? Can I ask a fucking question? Can I ask a fucking question on my own fucking show? Can I ask a question?
No.
Because I know you are Mr. Omaha. Why do you call Ruski every single day? Why do you call this guy every single day? He obviously doesn't want to talk to you. He's not friends with you. Why are you calling him every day?
I don't call him.
Can you
I
answer?
haven't called him in like 3 months. I haven't called him in like
3 months.
3 months.
Okay. 3 months.
Why?
Have you been 3 months here?
When you make
You're a fucking stalker. You need to be locked up in a mental ward. You call me every single day. No, shut the fuck up when I'm speaking. Fuck you. You call Andrew every single day. You call me every single day, and you don't even pick us up here. And I asked you not to bring him up.
Okay, hold on.
I asked you not to bring him up. You need to do what I say.
When you bring enemies off the panel, and they think do that to you, Gabby, you never have.
You have
No,
actually.
do that. No, shut the fuck up and I'm speaking. You a fucking faggot. You know what I'm up here. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck who panel I'm on. You're gonna get the same fucking treatment. Just like Vic Romano, just like Cowboy. You're nobody. The fucking people you stop
Damn.
Give me
I don't give a fuck about your Robahawk. No, fuck this thing.
Gentlemen, give me a second. No,
No, fuck this fag.
Give me 5 fucking seconds. I swear to God, if I have to hit that fucking mute button, I will, and I don't like to hit the mute button. So please don't make me fucking treat you like a fucking jerk off. I don't know. I know that the man on panel right now has been calling you nonstop. That's all I'm on. I do know all about you.
Do you really know that?
So, get into that. Hold on, sir.
Don't bring me up, bitch.
Why are you calling Risky all the fucking time and leaving fucking voicemails and calling him? Why? He doesn't like them. Why are you calling him? Like why?
I'm not leaving him voicemails. So how do you have? How can I be leaving him voicemails? We don't even have.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me. I apologize. Let me correct. No, don't fucking pull that shit, dude. I've seen how many fucking texts you sent. I've seen how many times I fucking called you. I've seen it. Dude, I've seen it. Don't piss me in the head and tell me it's green. Okay, don't piss me in the head and tell me it's green.
He said, I gladly will.
I know who the fuck you are. Don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the fuck up. No.
You're gonna drive the bug.
I'm gonna.
Ghost the shadows. Drive the bug.
We're gonna play this game. No. Hey, little clown boy. I know about you flashing your dick on panel. I've seen it. I've seen you flash your dick on panel. I know who the fuck you are. You shut the fuck up. Shut up. I know who the fuck you are, clown. I know who you are. Who the fuck are you playing? Who the fuck are you trying to play? I know who the fuck you are. Oh, good night. I know who you are. I know where you fucking live, MC. I know where the fuck you live. I know who the fuck you are. I just wanted you to explain why you're calling Ruski over a dozen fucking times. I've seen the chat. I've seen the logs. I've seen how many times you fucking called me. The fuck is wrong with you, you fucking homo?
He does that to everybody.
You fucking gay, you fucking Ruski. You obviously are. That's why you jumped on my panel, because you want to get close to Ruski. Get the fuck out of here, MC Llama.
Oh, wait.
I knew the fuck
So somebody goes on a panel and start calling one of the people on panel.
In the wrong fucking chat room, son. I only had you on panel so I can make you look like a fucking idiot. You fell for it. What the fuck were you thinking, grabbing my fucking link, you stupid fucking Momo? I know who the fuck you are. I know where you fucking live, MC Llama Hawk. I know where you fucking live. I've known about you for a fucking year, cunt boy. You ain't gonna run ship in here, bitch. Where the fuck you think you're at? This is the Pittsburgh. This is Mob 2.
Oh my god.
I know everything about you, MC Llama Hawk. You thought you were gonna come on panel, talk shit to
This is the
Ruski,
pizza verse. This is Mob 2, baby.
Man, how wrong you were, little bitch. How wrong you were. I know exactly who the fuck you are, MC Llama Hawk.
She might as well say, this is the fucking Wizard of Oz.
I've known about you for a good year.
Damn, looks like she's fine.
I got you.
Yeah,
You want to ask me about why I let a fucking stupid cunt on panel? You want to ask me again about why I let your enemy on panel? Really? You want to question me? I've known about that fucking cunt for a year. I know fucking everything. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I'm a fucking empire. I'm the queen of fucking Mob 2. I know everybody.
Oh my god.
Next? I mean, really? You want to question me? Really? Really? No. You want to question me? No. What do you got to say now? What do you got to say now? What now? What now? What now?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought so. I know. I know what the fuck I'm doing on this YouTube. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I am 5 steps ahead. You motherfuckers are playing checkers. I'm playing chess. Checkmate. See Llama Hawk, bitch. Checkmate. Motherfucker. Come up again. Let's play. Round 2. I know where the fuck you live, MC Llama Hawk. I know all about you. Mr. Porn Mustache, no. Mr. Blonde Hair. I know who the fuck you are.
Porn mustache.
I know who the fuck you are.
He ain't got no porn mustache. You're giving him too much. You're giving him too much credit.
Next.
I ain't afraid of no goat.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Oh, bro, put me in the title, and I swear to God, Bug, you play my content, I will strike the fuck out of you. I will rain down on you like the whole like I said, Bug. I'm coming for you.
You was a kid when I was told.
And then when I turned 11, you let me troll along with you.
I did.
And then,
Is that
And you let me troll along with you.
horrible? Is that a horrible?
Is that a horrible thing? Is that a horrible parenting? Poor
Not
kid.
let your kids become tits.
As he sits here and fucking is filming the table that's got, a couple beer cans. Looks like ashes from cigarettes. And, just generic clutter.
Tits are trolls in training.
but I became great at it, and I took down a whole entire fucking family.
Oh, he's got such an imagination.
What family you take down? Oh,
A little family. I took down a little family. What did he just say?
What?
Entire fucking family.
What family you take down?
I took down a little family.
Oh,
A little family. All they focus on is a retard. You mean you?
What? What retard?
Before, and he was talking about himself, and that's funny as fuck. He just called himself a retard. So don't be mad at me because this little fucking fucker tags me and shit all the time. This motherfucker will try to tag me with some nasty fucked up photos of like some dead person or whatever, and say it's my mom, whatever. Fuck this little goat fucking retard, alright? Fuck him. That's why I'm making fun of him.
I love you. I fucking love you, kid.
Even though Fusion is doing around pretending to be me.
Right, I know. You know what? It's to try to get a reaction, and he's getting it. Fusion is probably the only troll I still say does troll shit.
Yeah, the little ain't done shit.
No.
That's funny done. That's a little.
No,
A
he said it
15
was a long time.
PJ calling himself a retard. Priceless.
Oh my God, what the fuck is going on over there?
And you? And
What I do?
You started talking about you, me, Wacky, everybody.
Wacky? She ain't been around.
He was like, that's the one that hurt me.
You know what got me was way back. Little fella was like, hey, Wacky, Jackie still got her video up. And Steph was like, yeah, fella, you telling motherfucker. Oh my God, it was horrible.
Oh my God.
It is great. Horribly great. Is that like magically delicious, or is that just what fucking Steph says? What? Utterly delicious. Ew.
Like cookies.
It's gross.
Yeah, no, it's gross. But that's what Steph and them always say. Utterly delicious chocolate milk.
Well, that's because they ain't never had nobody colored in their life. Nobody. Oh, it's sad. Sad. All right, this is turning into a video. I'm just looking at a beer can.
I know.
There's another. Oh, now we got.
No, it's that was what? What hurt you the most?
Nobody was like Wacky Jackie turning on us in the flip of the script.
No.
The flip of a script.
And he was like, I kind of hated it because she was kind of like my best friend.
Well, everybody's just Filthy Animals is best. Him and Filthy Animals. Have you heard him say it 100 times yet? Me and Filthy are really good friends. We talk every day. We touch tips and show each other buttholes.
Oh my God.
Win. Filthy Animal loves.
Good God.
Get hard. Win. My name is Little Butt Buddy, and my wife pegs me. Win. Well, I was the one that they actually do it, so
that kind of beats the contradiction that you're.
No, that was way back. I'm talking about now. Way back, yes. Everybody was. They were getting dodged. He was dodged. He was with Ice. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I get it. But yeah, none of them had the balls to do anything about it. What they did was pack their shit and run to different states.
They packed their shit.
Innocent people push out in the field. Say my name and I'm going.
Peter, I'm gonna call my friends right now. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna.
I guess he decided to take the Riri out for a fucking drive that day. Corn gone crazy. We got just a little bit left and we'll be done.
For you. Now, you trying to get Savage fired from her job just, motivated me to fuck your life up. I'm gonna get you evicted. In fact, tomorrow when I get up, I'm gonna make phone calls. I'm gonna get your bitch out.
You ain't gonna do shit.
You hear that, Bug? Evicted. I'm gonna do
No, you
everything in my
ain't.
fucking power to get your government
No, you ain't.
assistance cut off.
What if she ain't getting government assistance?
Oh yeah, and Bug, I'm gonna
And just what if?
on YouTube. Use my content, bitch. I'll strike you, you stupid fucking whore.
I'll strike you.
I'm coming to Lombard.
I'm coming to
I swear to
Lombard.
God, I'm gonna drag you out of your house and I'm gonna beat you on your front lawn. And I'm gonna
She'll be coming around to Lombard when she comes. She'll be coming around to Lombard when she comes. She'll be coming around to Lombard. She'll be coming around to Lombard. She'll be coming around to Lombard when she comes.
My husband died. All bets are off. Baby, don't give a fuck
Oh,
about
shut
herself. I don't
up.
give a fuck about myself. I don't give a
Get
fuck about
over
my
yourself.
I don't give a fuck about my life. Which means
I don't
have
give a
no
fuck.
problem.
Damn. Did y'all listen to that?
Which means I don't give a fuck about my safety. I don't give a fuck about my life. Which means myself, I don't give a fuck about my safety. I don't give a fuck about my life. Which means about myself, I don't give a fuck about my safety. I don't give a fuck about my life. Which about myself, I don't give a fuck about my safety. I don't give a fuck about my life.
5150. Somebody make it happen. I mean, she's clearly in distress, y'all. And I bet you no one's seen her today either. I think she should be
I
checked
have
on.
no problem
Seriously.
beating your fucking head in and filming it. I have no problem.
Golly.
Going to fucking jail. I've done over 100 days easily. I did 60 days on my fucking head. You stupid fucking cunt. You
I
should
bet you
know.
did.
You should know.
Bambi on 60 days in.
Jail on an assault charge. You should know.
She fucking, at the end of the 60 days, she's running a gang.
Catch another assault case. Build my fucking gangsta. I don't give a fuck. Make me fucking infamous, bitch. Make me infamous. Say my name, bitch. Say my name. Hit my fucking channel. Give me clout.
Oh my god.
Call the fucking cops, Hugs. I know you are. I know you're gonna call Detective Rose, who's being investigated as we speak for improper
Boo-boo duty.
police procedure. Call him.
That's what what's his name says all the time.
Call my fucking lawyer, which is what I said to him a year ago. I'll say to him again. Call my fucking lawyer, bitch. Anything you gotta say, say to my attorney.
I'd rather not.
But that being said, I think we've tore down Wellness Wednesday. Yeah, well, I don't really give a shit about Kirby, 64-year-old vacuum salesman who wants to claim that she's a business owner when she's not. Working for a vacuum company doesn't make you a business owner, it makes you a fucking salesman. Congratulations. But I love how she tried to tell
The fuck is her problem?
I'm a business owner. Bitch, you don't know business. You don't know fucking Kirby. You work for Kirby. You are not a business owner. Kirby is the fucking owner of that business.
I think she has a problem with Kirby, y'all. I think she got a Kirby vacuum one time and it must have not been a good experience. Calm down, Bambi. Step away from the Kirby. Go to the Hoover Max. She's a Hoover girl, y'all.
You ain't shit. Well, I get the fuck out of here. I think I've read my mouth long enough. I think I've gotten my point across. Bug, I'm coming
I
for you.
say.
You understand that, Jules? I'm coming for you.
And if you didn't make it even more clear,
2025's not going to be your year. It's not going to be your fucking year. I'm coming for you.
oh God.
No, last time, Bug, I said I was coming for you. It came true.
He's like, hey, let me try to shut her the fuck up. Shut up, Risky.
I'm going to take your head, clean the fuck
Stop
off,
trying to save Bambi.
and have to go to jail. Fine. I go to fucking jail. Hey, Muggsy.
Bail me the fuck out. Hey, Muggsy, bail me out.
No, we won't.
Plenty of people bail me out, cunt.
No bond for you.
I'm coming for you.
You'd be allowed. Shit, you try to end up getting some revenge on somebody.
I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your lies. I'm tired of you attacking single mothers. I'm tired of you attacking the disabled.
Oh my God. Cry me a river. My name is Bambi. Cry me a river.
I'm getting you out of your house, and I'm leading you on.
She can only imagine. Surrounded by her glory. We'll dance for you, Bambi.
No one can save you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your fucking head. Fucked the wrong fucking
Oh my God.
the wrong fucking girl. Wrong girl. Peace out, guys. Much love.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll strike the fuck out of you. Play my content.
You can't strike this bitch.
I will strike the fuck.
Strike it. Yeah, you got laughed the hell out of last night and today. And hell, you're gonna be laughed at. This is gonna be being laughed at even later today and tomorrow, this week. This is gonna be a fucking hit. You know how many clips and fucking live streams this will be on, Bambi? Oh my God, this was the 4th of December. It was a magical day. Suspect photos released.
Right now, police in New York City are closing in on the identity of a suspected killer that gunned down
They still ain't got him.
CEO. New photos released just a short time ago showing the gunman right here. The authorities say shot Brian Thompson. Thompson was staying at a hotel in Manhattan for an investors conference for Morgan Morgan. He's been on the story since it happened. So Morgan police releasing these photos just a short time ago. What do we know about the search? Here, yeah, police releasing those photos just minutes ago. They're blasting them out all over the city. There are posters everywhere that you look $10,000 reward being offered. You can see that suspect here. His face a little bit more clearly this time. Looks like he's possibly smiling in that photo. And then there's this other photo as well. In addition to the new images here, we're also learning that authorities are searching a hostel on the Upper West Side here in New York City. That's where they believe the suspect had been staying. Again, authorities are there as we speak. They also believe that he shared a room with 2 other men. All of this comes as we get new doorbell camera video. It shows the moment that the suspect arrived away on the e-bike on the Upper West Side. So, there's a common thread here, the Upper West Side, and that seems to be where that search appears to be contained. Eyewitnesses also snapping a photo of the suspect as he took off from the shooting. So again, these sightings here are really critical to when it comes to piecing together this timeline, placing him in these different areas, and trying to narrow that search down, and ultimately find out where he's hiding out. So from the sightings, the writings, police certainly found some writing on bullet casings near the scene. Yeah, and this could say something about a possible motive here. Investigators finding the words will deny, defend, and depose original shell casings found at the scene. We knew that there were 3 of them here, which again indicates some level of dissatisfaction with the United Healthcare or just the insurance agency or an industry as a whole. Police are working with Thompson's family and colleagues to determine if he had received any specific threats leading up to that attack here. All right, Morgan Norwood, we'll continue to follow the search for the suspect. Thank you.
They're dubbing him the Smiling Assassin. Oh, lordy. Why Joe Biden pardoned Hunter? Oh, Freedom Tunes.
Go on, sweetie. Sit on your lap and tell him what you want to be pardoned for.
I'm scared, Mommy.
Do it, sweetie. We came all the way over here.
Oh, shucks. Okay.
Hey, Hunter, what all did you do? I got a partner. I got some bad news, man. I committed some crime. Oh, hey, Hunter, what up?
Well, Dad, I burned
down
down
a
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Don't worry,
man.
man.
We never made mistakes.
Pencils
Those
would
were
never
never
erase
racist,
it,
man.
man.
Man, I
Smoked
smoked crack.
Hey,
Man,
don't
don't
worry
worry
about it,
about it,
man.
man.
We ever all smoked crack. We all
have
have
erasers
erasers
on
on
our
our
pencils
pencils
for
for
having
having
steak.
steak.
And
And
sold influence to China was so fun. Nobody ever.
Sold influence to China? What do you say?
And
Sold influence to China was so fun.
Nobody
Nobody
ever
ever
sold
sold
pencils or China
China
chopsticks
chopsticks
were
were
never
never
erasers.
racist, man. That's true.
What else?
What else did you, son?
Well,
Did I?
what did
What did I do?
He just hit a fucking meth fucking pipe.
Down at 7-Eleven, man. Oh, that's right.
Burned down a 7-Eleven. Burned down a 7-Eleven. Come on, man. We all pencils down a 7-Eleven. Burned down an eraser.
Out of everything he said, he's like, you burned down a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Sorry, forgot. It's okay, you rascal. What else you do? Well, Dad, sold influence to China. What? Come on, man. If you got pencils, all you have erasers on your email, man. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Dad? Hang it, man. I joined Hezbollah. Who's that? The angry Muppet? Why'd you go through things like that? Hey, man. I'm tired of you judging me, man. What's got into you, Gunther? Dad. Dad, I'm tired of pretending. It's your fault. I'm tired of pretending it's my fault too, son. No, you taught me to smell influence to China, man. I never smelled a China man. No, Dad, it was you. You made me do it. You're a bank account. Made you do what? No crack China, man. Dang it, Joker. Not how we do things in the Baggins family. Oh, you're so good. You sniff kids. Yeah, well, that may be true. At least I know.
Oh, shit.
Dementia. You do have dementia.
He said, at least I don't have dementia.
Yeah, but at least I don't sniff kids. That's true, man. I'm sorry I committed those crimes, Dad. No, it's my fault. I told you to do it, man. Really? Yeah, man, I forgot it was against the law. Against the law? Oh, man. You gotta pardon me, man. For what? I don't remember. Oh, come on, man. I got an idea.
Just pardon me for the last 11 years for anything and everything.
Pardon me for everything between January of 2014 and December of 2024. Okay, bumper.
How about that?
And done. Oh, thanks, man. Merry Christmas, man. I celebrate Kwanzaa, man.
See, that wasn't so bad.
Hey, Dad. It's me, Hunter.
Oh, hey, long time no see, Hunter. What do you want?
A list of things you could pardon me for. Make it out to Fauci, though, okay?
You got it, man.
Firstly, gain of function research, even though it shouldn't be a crime, and it was sorely needed in order for us to truly understand how to allow.
Fucking Kamala and a whole bunch of other people are lined up behind him. Thanksgiving at Kamala's.
I'm so happy I could arrange this wonderful Thanksgiving dinner with all of my accents. Thanksgiving, y'all.
Joy cometh in the morning.
As well as all business partners. Even if they don't
Hey, you said you'd trade your soul to get into the White House. You're still there for a few more weeks.
It's good. But the blame for this loss doesn't go entirely to that There's plenty to go around. Come on, this gratefully. Thanksgiving. Good holiday.
The German. I can't.
Thanksgiving. Okay, folks, who made these cranberries? Honestly, these are the worst cranberries I've ever tasted. Okay, can somebody please pass the mashed potatoes, folks? Actually, these are my mashed potatoes, okay? I made them myself, and they're therefore the product of my own labor. And the idea that you feel it's acceptable to put a gun
That
to
you
my
feel
head, not
acceptable.
only to give you the mashed potatoes, but to actually have me pass them to you as well is absolutely asinine, okay? Okay, well, that would be a solid argument if not for the fact that you're eating asparagus, which I made, okay? Ben, how could you seriously not pass the mashed potatoes after taking her asparagus? Is it my fault she gave it away for free and locked all uppers? I'm trying to teach my child how to compete and succeed within the free market, okay, folks? Good gaga, folks.
Google Gaga, folks.
And succeed within the free market, okay, folks? Good gaga, folks. I didn't realize I was surrounded by communists. I have the mashed potatoes and the asparagus because I make good decisions, okay, folks? Honestly, Ben, you're the last person to get smart with me, considering you're the only one in the family to be born with an IQ lower than 300. Okay, well, you know what, Nancy? Believe it or not, some people consider an IQ of 215 to be relatively impressive, all right, folks? Sorry, my folks. I had more important things to take care of. I'm actually a doctor. She's a doctor. His wife's a doctor. She's a doctor. My wife's a doctor. Did you bring
Yeah, she's a doctor.
me turkey?
Gobble, gobble. Socialism works.
Well, that turkey's dead.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
Man, I think I would not want to be at Ben Shapiro. Good Lord. The best subtle joke is the ham on the dinner table. Yeah, they're not going to eat that. Ben talks faster. The end of Hawk Tuah. Oh my God! Already, Hunter Biden's former landlord claims he owes him $300,000 rent. Oh man, just pardon me, man. Oh my God! I don't think your pardon extends to debts. He's gonna try to say, "Oh man, I can't do it. I got pardoned." Well, it'd be nice if anybody, could just fucking pretend like, oh, look, Bambi Palermo posted, look, the pig is triggered. The obsession is real with this one. Oh, she's watching me. Got an obsession with watching me, Bambi's watching. There she was. Good gaga, folks. What happens when you are shot? Well, I would imagine first pressure and then a lingering feeling, and then all of a sudden probably a shitload of pain.
When you're shot, the bullet first creates a cavity.
Because when you initially get shot, it takes a second before everything registers.
Pushing aside tissue and tearing through skin, muscle, and organs. Sometimes the bullet travels cleanly through your body, but sometimes it can ricochet around inside, causing even more damage, especially if it hits something like bone. Small bullets will often stay intact, but larger ones will sometimes break apart, sending fragments in multiple directions that cause even more damage, often rupturing blood vessels, leading to intense bleeding.
AKA internal bleeding.
Casey Anthony is reportedly in full meltdown mode after her parents, George and Cindy Anthony, underwent a lie detector test on the TV documentary addressing the 2008 disappearance and murder of Casey's daughter, Kaylee. The documentary, George 72 and Cindy 75, he denied any involvement in Kaylee's death. Casey has long maintained that her father sexually abused her while she was growing up and claimed he was responsible.
I don't believe her at all.
Kaylee's death, but the lie detector
Not one fucking moment would I ever believe that.
results concluded that the Anthonys were truthful. Casey, upon seeing the conclusion of the show, quote, threw a fit and expressed her anger through rambling emotional texts. Quote,
Yeah. Take one, bitch. Bet you won't.
She's watched it at least a couple of times, a friend tells the messenger. She keeps talking about how much bullshit the whole thing was. She's really mad. Now, with the lie detector documentary casting doubt on Casey's claims, there's uncertainty within her friend group. The friend admitted, quote, she was so adamant that she was telling the truth, but now, who knows? I don't know what to believe.
She killed that little girl. She fucking killed that girl. And then she went out fucking partying, smoking weed, getting a JJ popped, and fucking popping that ass on the club and shit, while the fucking she's fucking left in the damn back of a trunk in a bag with fucking duct tape over her mouth. She put her dad through fucking hell. Bar fight with Casey Anthony. Oh, wouldn't you imagine?
Casey Anthony. In a bar fight, we've got some body cam tonight. Take a look.
Like, I would never have thought Casey Anthony got into a bar fight.
This girl has been harassing me for a while. I have her cell phone number. Her name is Selma Moya. Selma Magala Moya. She goes by Selma Moya. Yeah. And what happened?
I'm wondering, can you imagine like being the cop or somebody else here? Like, I'd be like, what's your name? And when she said Casey Anthony, I was like, oh, hey, can you come outside? Take, put her in handcuffs.
Verbally assaulted me, but physically assaulted me with witnesses. I'm still damp from the drink she took. And why did she?
Oh, why'd she throw a drink at you? Verbal altercation. She was calling me a child killer. I said that's why I fucked your husband.
Whether they're together or not. I dated the same person for a couple years. Malcolm Allison, who was with your department, one of your sergeants. Whether they're together or not together, she got upset that he had texted me. I let her know that he had, and she came inside and threw a drink at me. Do you have your ID with you? Yes, I do. Why don't you file a restraining order? I didn't have enough to file a restraining order. I didn't have actual threats. Her texting was not enough. Her showing up where I was not enough. This is enough. In front of witnesses. Again, I apologize. I said not emergency. Her friend was here. Several people that I've known for years are here as witnesses, if necessary. And I put it as verbal threats because he said that she keeps coming to you. You can tell she threw a drink. So thank you.
Sir, I was impressed by this officer taking the statement, getting all the information from the woman who was once voted the most hated person in America, Casey Anthony.
Yeah, we always encourage
Should
people
still
to call
be.
the police when there's been a serious problem or even, a misdemeanor type of crime that, you're a victim of. Getting a drink thrown at you in a bar over a spat between you and another person that used to date your boyfriend, that sounds to me like you're using the police, and it just shows a disrespect for, law enforcement.
A cop dated her?
Really tired of
What
people
the
who
fuck?
are always criticizing the police, but then when they want to use them to their advantage, they do things like this. And you know, what they should remember, Vinny, is that every time you make a call like this, you're draining the police services from being utilized by people that really need the police, like right now. I mean, that officer that was taking that statement had to do that, but was probably needed somewhere else within the area that, you know, she was responsible for.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thanks for joining us here in Closing Arguments. I have to do it. I have to do it. I've got to do my job, okay? I've got to do my job. I've apologized many times this week already. I've apologized on social media. But I got to talk about her. Got to talk about Casey Anthony. Because there could potentially be a lawsuit against her. Hear me out. Now, Casey Anthony's attorney, Jose Baez, told the jury that his client,
Fuck that piece of shit.
was molested by her father and her brother as a child. And now, 11 years after she was acquitted of murder.
I guarantee he cooked that shit up with her. He cooked it up. He cooked this whole fucking thing up with her.
Casey addressed the same accusation.
I mean, she basically ended up, I think after the trial, her parents were done with her and believe that she basically is working for the law firm that represented her, and they like sort of like what took her in or whatever in a way. Jose Baez and like his other what? It's just some weird shit. Like, yeah, she probably polishing the old Jose Baez's knob.
Accusations in the Peacock docuseries Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies.
When I was 8 years old, my father started to come into my room at night. I was physically hurt. Scared because I was physically hurt.
The fact she said it's not normal, like going out partying while your kid's missing for a month is normal.
I can't tell mommy what happened. She'll get mad at me. That's what I was told.
I mean, this is the most lowest shit of the low you can do. Like, I would understand for her fucking dad to fucking completely think she is dead.
With my father.
If this is what fuck that. I'd be like, no.
The abuse one day just stopped, just before my 12th birthday. My brother started coming in shortly after I turned 12. And it stopped around the time I turned 15.
So her dad abused her, but she willingly leaves her daughter with him. Okay, Amber Heard number 2. I'm a light sleeper. Also, Casey. The day after Kaylee died, she had to be shaken awake. God gonna get you, girl.
Wasn't the same thing that happened with my father. My brother never raped me. No, absolutely not. But it was close enough. Close enough.
What?
Close enough where there was a pattern. And it stopped. Just before my 12th birthday. With my father, the abuse one day just stopped. Just before my 12th birthday. My brother started coming in shortly after I turned 12. And it stopped around the time I turned 15. Wasn't the same thing that happened with my father. My brother never raped me. No, absolutely not. But it was close enough. Close enough where there was a pattern. But you did tell me about Kelly. Not.
Well, no. Who's her? She got a brother? Fuck. Like, yeah, because that's some fucking normal behavior. Like, I mean, you didn't tell nobody? No. Mm-mm. Damn.
That music. Don't be influenced by the music, please. Now, later on in the docuseries, Casey Anthony refers to a comment her father made at Kaylee's funeral and goes on to suggest that her father is a pedophile.
Kaylee Marie Anthony, who not only meant the world to me, but meant the world to my family, and so many of you that never got a chance to actually hug her, smell her hair, smell the sweet sweet when she came in from outside. To hear her call me Jojo, I miss that kiss on the cheek, that special hug that I tell everyone it's so great to get a hug from someone, but to get a hug from a small child, that gives me energy like you couldn't imagine.
That's not normal. Nothing about that is normal. You're outright telling the world that you're a pedophile.
Now, in other parts of the doc,
I'll give her. She's a pretty good method actor.
Series, if you watch it, I did.
I mean, it's just. I mean, yeah, that stuff maybe not framed all the right way. You know, it's some of that stuff is definitely weird, but you know, maybe that's just how. I don't know. It doesn't mean he's a fucking pedophile.
Last week. There's sort of this overall theme throughout, and really coming through the words of
I would fucking bet more that Casey is a murderer than he's a pedophile.
Casey Anthony herself, that what really happened to her daughter was Casey fell asleep, and then her father shows up with little Kaylee and says, "Don't worry, everything's gonna be all right," and then disappears with her, and then she's found dead in the woods. And then her and her investigator talk about he must have smothered her. Very possible.
He must have smothered her.
As well, because as she's accusing him, he's a pedophile. So with that in mind, a lot of people are like, "This is outrageous. You got to do something about it. Maybe do something about this, George." So if it's not true, I'm starting with this premise that those allegations are not true. That George Anthony didn't molest and murder his granddaughter. George Anthony didn't molest and rape his daughter. If those things are not true, could George Anthony sue his daughter, Casey Anthony, for defamation? So we were talking about this, and I'm like, well, there's only one way to find out. Do we know anyone who knows anything about defamation cases? Is there someone out there, and we're like, where? We need somebody. We need a heavy hitter. We need like someone who could win a big case like that. You know who I'm talking about. Joining me tonight, Washington, D.C., trial attorney, partner with,
or this guy too, Ben
Brown
Chu.
Rudnick, LLP, and the lead attorney who represented Johnny Depp during his successful defamation case. Ben Chu, back with us. Ben, great to see you.
Great to see you, Vinny. Thank you for having me on again.
All right, so I want to walk through this whole process with you because I'm serious about this potential, because a lot of people are talking about a potential suit here. If someone like George Anthony was going to bring a lawsuit like this, he'd have to go see an attorney like you. How does an attorney who represents people claiming defamation, how do you sort of vet the case? Like, what makes you take the case versus not take a case like this? What would a defamation attorney, what would the meeting be like with the client? What would you discuss, and what would be some factors that you would take into account here?
Well, Vinny, as you know, and you're assuming the truth, but truth is always a defense in any defamation case. So due diligence on that point, i.e. whether the allegations are true, has to be done, and has to be done extensively, more so than in a general commercial case, because the attorney has to be as sure as he or she can be that the allegations are false before he would take the case or advise the client to proceed. And then you go on to other factors we can discuss.
Go ahead. What are some of the other factors you're going to take a look at there?
Well, the other factors you would discuss are whether these are allegations of fact or allegations of opinion, which are, as you know, allegations of opinion are not actionable. In this case, I think you clear that hurdle because the accusation of being a pederast, it's a pretty clear allegation. It's an allegation of a crime, and it's a crime so heinous in our society, or really any society, that it is considered defamation per se. So the damages to the plaintiff, again, under your hypothesis, assuming the falsity of the allegations, this is a particularly heightened form of defamation per se. But there's another factor I think you're going to get at, and I shouldn't anticipate your questions because I'm not that smart. Another factor you always consider, it was relevant in the Depp case as well, is you consider whether the potential defendant, as a practical matter, would have the means to satisfy any judgment.
So let me ask you this. Before we get to the money aspect of it, do you ever look at the person making the statement? So say, hypothetically, the person is a convicted liar, right? Someone who's an admitted liar, someone who made an entire documentary talking about how she lied, someone who was convicted in court of lying. Does that come into play as well in evaluating the strength of your case if you're accusing a convicted liar of defamation?
Absolutely, Vinny, and I should have said that you consider the credibility and the record of both the plaintiff and the defendant. And in this case, as you point out, though she was acquitted of the murder back in 2011, she was convicted of 4 counts of giving false information to law enforcement. And as a matter of, although some statements were made by her counsel, it's very clear that she changed her story about how Kaylee, to be murdered. It's outrageous.
Changed it a bunch of times. So explain to folks how this would go down. Then we all watched Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard. So
doesn't even make sense how the fuck she was able. Like I want to see every single one of those jurors answer why they voted no.
If it's George Anthony versus
the one that I've seen, the only one I've seen that's been public, said you couldn't tell us definitively how she died. Who gives a shit? She killed her.
Casey Anthony, we'll talk about Peacock in a moment. But if it's George Anthony versus Casey Anthony facing off, she'd have to testify.
You can't always have all the answers.
She's accusing him of being responsible for the death of her daughter. Can you put her on the stand and question her about her role potentially in the death of her daughter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You would put her on a deposition, of course, before you put her on a trial, and you would walk her through every false statement that she's made, every contradictory statement. She could always take the fifth.
Let me ask you about that. Can she take the fifth if she's been criminally acquitted of the murder?
That's as always, you ask the best question. And if she faces if any further charge would constitute double jeopardy, then George's lawyer could say there's no that she's not entitled to take the fifth, and that would be resolved by the judge. But I think George's lawyer had a very strong argument that the fifth would not be available to her, unless. I suppose she could make a creative argument about potential perjury convictions, new perjury convictions. But in any event, however she tries to get unwound from that particular axle, I think you would have all of that in the form of testimony. And I think she would just be in a very, very difficult place for she to be a defendant in a defamation case.
And my belief that case would be perhaps even more revealing than the criminal trial was.
Yes, you would, because their discovery in the civil context, as you know, is a very broad standard. Anything reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of any of admissible evidence. And because these particular defamatory statements go right to the heart of what happened to Kaylee and what allegedly happened to Casey, all of this would be fair game. This would be a disaster for Casey Anthony, and opening up this can of worms by doing this docu-series really would not have been something any attorney would have advised.
She don't
And the one
expect the
question
parents to
hasn't
do
been answered there, I
anything.
haven't heard it anywhere, is whether or not she got paid. I'm presuming there was some payment
Yeah,
either
she did.
for her interviews, her participation, or some pictures or whatever that she may have provided. But I don't know. She may not have been paid for the whole thing. All right, so let's get back to that other statement where you were talking about money, which is, if an attorney's going to take a case, there's got to be, some way to satisfy a potential judgment. I don't know if she has two nickels to rub together. She may have a few dollars here and there, but nothing substantial. But this was a docuseries that was produced by someone. It was placed onto a streaming service. And again, this is the big if these statements are not true, would they be potential defendants in the case as well? Would it be who could be on the hook?
Yes, that's where you would probably go. And again, assuming that she is judgment proof,
through the network.
which is an assumption, but not an unreasonable one, unless she was paid a lot for this docuseries. Then I think you would have to look for a deep pocket, and the deep pocket could be the producers of the docuseries, who could be brought in as defendants. Publications, producers of these things are brought in all the time.
Right now, joining me a very special guest. This is Casey Anthony's aunt, Pam Placia. Miss Placia, thank you for being with us.
Yes, Nancy.
I know that all of this has been very, very disturbing for the entire Anthony family. You had a discussion with Cindy Anthony at your son's birthday party several years ago. What happened?
I agreed to talk tonight because of an article that was released, I guess, over the internet today, and I'm extremely upset about it. I never gave anyone any permission to print anything concerning the Anthony family. I believed at the time I was speaking to someone linked to the prosecutor, and I certainly want to cause this family no more pain. I think that the thing was, I was stressing a point that Cindy obviously loved Kaylee very, very much. Much the same way that she loved Casey. When Casey was born, she was enthralled with the fact that she had a daughter and made the remark that I would never know the joy of having a daughter, which is true because we have a son. That's everything I want to say on that. I just feel very bad about this whole situation.
What did Shirley Placia tell you happened the night of June 15, 2008?
I will tell you that. And I feel bad about having to say it, but I will tell you exactly what Shirley said to me. She said that on Father's Day, which was the 15th of June, that Cindy and Kaylee came down to visit my ex-father-in-law, who is in a nursing home. I gather from the conversation that I've had with my ex-father-in-law that the nursing home is very close to her home where she lives. So they went to visit and had a pleasant visit. I believe that is the picture you see on TV of little Kaylee sitting on his lap. Afterwards, they went back to my mother-in-law's house because she had made chili, which I think is a favorite dish of Cindy's, and they were going to have a pleasant lunch. At that point, she said that she told Cindy she had planned on having Casey arrested. Due to the fact that she had found out that money from her husband, the grandfather's nursing home, money that they keep, in the bank for his care, had been taken. I'm not sure the amount of money. I remember her saying maybe $325, $350, and somehow she had tracked it to a routing number or something that Casey had gotten her hands on. She had said to Cindy that it was time that it was brought to an end. I gathered from what she said that she meant that Casey had probably done similar things to this in the past, and that she felt that if she had her arrested at this time, it might shock her into stopping this behavior. And of course, Cindy, being a mother, like any mother she was extremely upset. Told Mom that she basically couldn't forgive her if she did that, and that she would handle the situation and pay it back, which I believe is what she did. Later on, Mom said that she had heard there was quite an altercation, I guess, between Cindy and Casey when she got home, and something to do with it had escalated into a bit of a physical confrontation with Cindy losing her temper and basically putting her hands around Casey's neck. That is all I know. This is all I heard. I don't know anything else.
And with us tonight, a very special guest, Pam Fleischer. This is Casey Anthony, Tot Mom's aunt. And she has just described an incident where Tot Mom's grandmother was very disturbed. Tot Mom stealing money out of the grandfather's nursing home account. Pam Fleischer, I understand that Tot Mom's grandmother is riddled with guilt, thinking that if she had only turned Tot Mom into the police then, that none of this would have ever happened, and maybe Kelly would be alive today.
Holy shit.
That is what she said to me, because she is a very good woman. That is exactly what she said to me. That's the truth.
After all the suffering that the Anthony family has gone through, and the grandmother, everybody related, now to think that the grandmother feels this burden. What did you tell her, Pam, when she told you that?
I told her we all look back at things we should have done or should have said, and it's certainly not her fault. It's nobody's fault.
Let me ask you, Pam, was Tot Mom
biggest miscarriage of justice since OJ? Another thing is, did y'all know that OJ Simpson was seen reporting on a sports broadcast with the same fucking gloves? He, acted like he couldn't hardly get on while wearing another pair of gloves over them, and while also stopping his arthritis medication to make his hands more swollen.
We had a lot of discussions.
This bitch, man.
Jennifer Ford is her name. She's 32 years old, training to become a nurse. And she tells us the first vote in that jury room
Good for her.
was 10-2 for not guilty on first-degree murder. And tonight she takes us inside those deliberations. Why? Why did you and the other jurors acquit Casey Anthony of murdering her daughter?
There wasn't enough evidence. There wasn't anything strong enough to say exactly. I don't think anyone in America could tell us exactly how she died. If you put even just the 12 jurors in one room with a piece of paper, write down how Kaylee died, nobody knows. We'd all be guessing. We have no idea.
So it's cause of death that was a problem?
How can you punish someone for something if you don't know what they did?
The prosecution wasn't able to give you a solid enough picture of how
Do you
Kaylee
see that
died.
picture? I have no idea what it like. They didn't even paint a picture for me to consider.
You think that this might have been an accident, that she might have drowned in the pool? You believe the defense on that?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a lot easier to get to that conclusion. I can walk from here to there and make it happen. But the chloroform, I'm all over the place. I have no idea. I'm in a maze. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where the end is. I'm not even quite sure where I began with the chloroform. So I can't get from beginning to end, A to B, to see what even happened. I can't make it work.
When you all went to deliberate this case, were you unanimous from the start? Or
No. Oh, no.
Really?
No, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to speak for everyone else, but there were a lot of conflicting ideas. And some people were like, you know, I feel like she did, but there's just not enough to substantiate it. Some people were just like, nope, she didn't do it. Like they have nothing for me to even have any idea what happened. And I did hear someone say, you know, we're from Pinellas County, we didn't have that emotion and that whatever. That means we have no bias. We're just looking at the facts, and the facts, when you don't have that emotional connection, they don't prove anything. Like I'm still confused. I have no idea what happened to that child.
There have been people who said you only deliberated 10 or 11 hours, and that shows you weren't serious.
Oh.
That you didn't really look at the evidence. It's a 31-day trial or whatever it was, 33-day trial. They say you must not have looked at the evidence.
That's speculation, and you know what? Speculation is not fact. We had a lot of discussions. We started to look through stuff, but none of it, how did she die? If you're going to charge someone with murder, don't you have to know how they killed someone or why they might have killed someone or have something where, when, why, how? Those are important questions that were not answered.
That gets to Casey.
Right.
31 days that she does not report the death or disappearance of her daughter, and she parties.
Right.
And people say that's evidence that she is a killer.
It looks very bad. The behavior is very bad, but bad behavior is not enough to prove a crime.
What did it tell you about it?
Well, if you consider the whole family, they didn't really live in reality. They wanted everything to be happy and everyone to be fine. Even when she, in the jail video, she came up smiling and she looked happy. She's in jail. Do you think that's how she really feels? I'm guessing not.
Did you believe the defense accusation that this was a family that had incest in it, that Casey had been molested by her father or brother?
I have nothing to substantiate that. So no, I mean, if you don't prove it.
That played no role in your deliberation.
No, if you don't prove it, I'm not going to just because they hear it. No, that's not a factor.
What did you make of George Anthony's testimony?
He did not help the state's case.
Why?
Because he was clearly dishonest.
Dishonest?
Yes.
How?
Well, he was evasive, number one. His story seemed to change depending on, like they said, initially he was on the defense's side. So he would, fight with Mr. Ashton, not give straight answers. But then he switched to the prosecution side, and then he won't give the defense straight answers. It's all, what do you mean? And can you ask a question again? And I don't, clearly you can follow a logical conversation and respond. Like he acted like he just couldn't understand what was going on. It was clear to me that he was just being difficult. He didn't want to answer questions, and if it didn't help the prosecution's case, he was going to try and just. I don't recall.
Do you believe George Anthony had something to do with what happened to Kaylee?
I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but I think he was there. Him and Casey have something, and the jail videos again. Her mom has all the questions, and George sits there and pats his wife's back, and then he's like, "Do you have anything else you want to tell me?" He's not like, "What's going on?" He's always like a step back, hands are clean, not too close.
I want to get back to Casey because she's been the focus of so much attention.
Right, that's her daughter. So.
Casey lies.
Yes.
Lies again, and then she goes out and she leads the high life while her daughter is dead.
Right.
People say that is evidence that this person was capable of killing that child.
Even if that's evidence that she is capable, it doesn't show that she did do it. Do I think she's completely innocent? I mean, I have no idea. I don't have the evidence to say one way or another. I'm not going to accuse her of killing. I have no idea. But we'll just say something happened. At some point, she probably needed medical care, or at least there could be some attempt to save the child's life. That was never made. That bothered me.
If it was an accident in the pool or wherever, how did the child end up in the swamp months later?
You deny it, you get rid of it. You don't look at it, you don't think about it, it doesn't exist, it's gone.
You push it over murder. That's what the prosecution said.
You're covering up something. It's not proven that's a murder, you're covering up something. It's either an accident or, nobody knows what it is.
I'm going to press you on duct tape on a baby in a bag rotting in the woods. Most people look at that, they put two and two together, they say that's a murder.
Well, in our country, unfortunately, we have to prove it. You can't just be like, yeah, that really looks bad. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. It does. Smells bad, looks bad. I get that. But it's someone else's life, and if I'm wrong and I kill someone else, I can't live with that.
When you're in court as a juror, you have certain responsibilities. You're here now. Do you think Casey Anthony might have killed her daughter?
Again, it's a possibility. I don't know one way or another. Gut feeling, like I said, I feel like she had something to do with it. I don't know what, and I don't think it's fair to speculate. That's how I feel.
If you feel that she might have killed her daughter, a lot of people might say, how are you going to sleep at night?
I'm going to sleep just fine because I had in this country. That's our constitution. I applied the law. I did the best I could. I tried to make it work. I was reaching. I was trying to, like I said, if they're all three there and no medical attention is given, then that's what's it? Culpable negligence, failure to provide safety and medical care and things like that. I was trying to go for that, but there's just not enough. It's just stretching and reaching, and it's just not quite enough to get there.
How emotional was it to be a juror in this case?
I mean, there were quite a few people when we got back after the verdict was read. We were in tears.
Why were you crying after you handed down a not guilty verdict on murder?
Not guilty doesn't mean innocent.
How do you feel about that? That you may have let a woman who murdered her own daughter walk off that charge?
It doesn't feel good. It was a horrible decision to have to make, but I had to do it based on the law.
One thing you hear among the people who followed this trial is that they wanted justice for Kaylee. Was there any justice for Kaylee?
It's the way our system works. You can't.
No.
You can't. I don't. If there was a way to give Kaylee justice, if that's what happened, you have to prove what happened, and then I'll give Kaylee justice. I can't just do it because I can't. I mean, it's not how it works.
I mean, in this, it seems that the American justice system did fail this child, because the fact that her mother could clearly come out on TV today and said, yes, I did it. It was me. And she couldn't be charged for it. It's just fucking insane that they couldn't charge her again if she admitted she did it.
When you left the courthouse after your verdict and you found out the international reaction, anger, fury, people calling you names.
Yep.
What was your reaction?
My reaction is, why be mad at me? The prosecution had to prove it. Why is it my fault that they didn't prove the case? Like, if you give me the evidence, I'm happy to, return a verdict accordingly. But if it's just not there, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to be emotional and just charge somebody. I can't do that in good conscience.
How much did the fact that this was a death penalty case weigh in the course of the trial and in your deliberation?
Well, it weighs heavily. It's pretty. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. Like.
WPBF 25 News has continuing coverage of the Casey Anthony trial. She's the mother in Orlando, accused of murdering her young daughter. Well, today we heard from Casey's brother, Lee, and the lead detective in this case for the first time. Terry Parker has been following the trial. Terry.
Victor, Casey's brother Lee took the stand and painted a picture of a lying, disturbed young woman who would only tell him details about Kaylee's whereabouts if he role-played the part of a police officer. Lee Anthony testified that as he pressured Casey for information about her missing daughter Kaylee, she lashed out, saying their mother often told her she was an unfit mother. And then he recounted what Casey told him when he asked in frustration why they couldn't just go get Kaylee.
I told Detective Edwards that she said, I'm paraphrasing, because maybe I'm a spiteful.
But Casey finally confessed to him that Kaylee was missing, and the police came to the house that night. Now listen to how Casey explains going to the supposed nanny's apartment to find her daughter gone and what she did next.
After about 7 o'clock, when we still hadn't heard anything, I was pretty upset, pretty frantic, and I went to a neutral place. I
didn't really want to come home. I wasn't sure what I'd say about not knowing where Kaylee was. Still hoping that I would get a call or find out that Kaylee was coming back so that I could go get her.
Casey says that Neutral Plains was her boyfriend's apartment, but she told no one Kaylee was missing, except she says two people who her own defense attorney said yesterday were totally imaginary, just made up people. Now, listening to Casey on that tape, it is remarkable how easily she spins these stories. They're all about these imaginary people, where they live, where they move, why her phone no longer has their numbers, even what they
Zanny the nanny.
look like.
And Terry, with so many people who are real and not real, was
She can fucking spin a story.
Detective just testified a few minutes ago that at first he did not suspect her story, although he found it very odd and convoluted.
The fact that she was dumb enough and willing to walk them all the way to fucking Universal Studios and go to an office and then be like, oh wait, I don't work here. Like,
Joining us right now, a special guest, Donna McClain. Joining us tonight in a primetime exclusive. She is convinced her late son is Kelly's biological father. Also with us reporting on that from
they don't know who the dad is.
Diane Diamond. Miss McClain, Diane, thank you both for being with us. Miss McClain, why are you so convinced your late son is Kelly's biological father?
Hi, Nancy. I just want to say I'm a bit now taken up with George's testimony that he gave today, and I just don't know what to think anymore. This has all been hitting me real fast, real hard. It all came to me on June 11th. I've been watching the show since it started. I started seeing pictures of Kaylee that reminded me of my family, and then after that, I decided to look up who the father was. And so when I did, it said that he died in a car accident in 2007. And even at that, I thought that was a bit bizarre. And then I got to thinking about my son who died, which I'm still having a hard time with.
Your son, Michael, died in a car accident in 2007?
Yes.
Did you know whether he had dated Tot Mom Casey Anthony?
It came to me later, but not at the time he died.
Do you know that now?
I know that now, and I don't know why it didn't come to me. After I was thinking of the 2007 incident, that was
If you have anything to do with Kaylee's disappearance, then the polygraph's going to show that.
Is there a kernel of truth to any of the other